Definitely Rick Sanchez. I'm practically already almost there anyway. So
damn,
this guy.
What did this?
That was good.
That was great.
So good.
That's good though, Ninja.
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you've been dicking around with Destiny all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Dro. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit on my left. It's Stitch.
Your significant other will never start an argument with you if you're cleaning.
Ooh, that's good advice. I like it. On my far right, engineer on the 1s and 2s, choking people out on the 3s and 4s, Kronos.
I don't know how to respond to that. It's like, you're just gonna clean for the rest of your life?
You gotta plan it.
But now you're stuck in fucking Groundhog's Day.
In the middle, we got the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
dankness is not a shield to protect the useless, but a weapon to empower the worthy.
God damn! Look at you. All right. Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Anita, even though I'm married now, girl, I will still see you again.
Oh, God damn it. You gonna get in trouble. Who we got in the chat?
Matt would be the first to comment. Thank you very much, Matt. And our listener of the week would be Tanner Fry. Thank you for being, I think you're a relatively new listener.
Hopefully he's from SFCC.
Yeah.
San Francisco
Nice.
Comic-Con, hopefully.
Isn't Tanner Fry like a thing? Like it's like a vocal thing, I think.
You're talking about vocal fry.
Oh yeah, vocal fry.
That's like, it's annoying when chicks or anybody talks like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, and
When they roll the R's.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, let's
what
not
it
do
is.
that.
Yeah.
It annoys me. All right, we got that out of the way. Old Ninja, do we have any pouring out liquor?
Yeah, we have Richard Anderson. He's but I guess he's most famous for doing everything cool from the 70s and 80s. He's most notable as Oscar Goldman, the boss of the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman. He's been in mostly really huge and notable franchises such as The Love Boat, Gunsmoke, Charlie's Angels, Knight Rider, The Fall Guy, Fantasy Island, The A-Team, Perry Mason, Simon & Simon, Dynasty, and he's in The Glass Shield with Ice Cube.
Goddamn.
So he passed away 3 weeks after his birthday at the age of 91.
Oh damn.
R.I.P. to him. I did like the $6 Million Man as a kid. That was dope shit.
Do you remember
That cool ass sound effect.
Oh, hell yeah.
remember the Bionic family or the Bionic Six?
I don't remember that shit.
It was like a couple, and they had like adopted kids, and they were like, it was actually very diverse. Like they had like an Asian kid, a black kid, and like I guess some other kids. They all had bionic powers.
It's one of those things where if I saw it, like a quick YouTube video, I might remember it.
Yeah, I
if
think
see
it was it's supposed to be a spinoff from $1 Million Man.
Okay. Heart goes out to everybody in the Caribbean right now affected by Hurricane Irma, and it looks like it is Category 5, one of the biggest storms in history for the Atlantic.
125-mile winds.
They say in the past 10 years, people were like kind of hyping this up to be like way bigger than it's supposed to be. Like I saw a bunch of like bullshit fake news saying it's going to be the Category 6 plus. It's going to wipe fucking cities off the face of the planet. I'm like, no, like it's just a hurricane. Like shit happens. Like it's not even the biggest one. It's not the biggest one ever.
I think wasn't
Well, but it's a
Andrew-
Category 5.
Yeah, it's
right?
big, but it's not like.
the heights you can go.
I thought Andrew was technically like in size the largest.
Well, there's been others that are bigger, but people
Yeah.
were just like tripping, saying how it's going to basically like kill everybody on fucking East Coast. I'm just like,
Yeah, and
they'll be all right. you
There's
know?
no Category 6 apparently.
Yeah, it's just, it
Yeah.
just goes up to 5.
That's why it was fake news.
Yeah, you can't say it's a 6, but it's looking like it's going to hit Florida pretty hard and maybe other places.
Really hard, like almost the whole eastern coast of Florida.
Yeah, please evacuate if you can.
Yeah, don't
find somebody to evacuate with.
I saw some people
Rush Limbaugh.
that were not talking about how they were not going to evacuate. I'm just like, why? Like,
It should be
especially-
recent memory. I mean, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll
Houston
talk
just
about it
got
off there, but I was just like, I saw that, I was just like, why? Like, why? Like, I mean,
if you have the means to evacuate,
and especially like this early. I mean, I've lived down in the South, obviously, for a while, so I was there for Katrina, Gustav, Rita. I can list off a shit ton of hurricanes I've experienced and know friends and loved ones that have gone through that stuff. If you have the means to get the fuck out of of the way, get the fuck out the way. I mean, with hurricanes, you see them coming. They're not like earthquakes or tornadoes. I mean, tornadoes, you do have a little bit of more of a warning, but hurricanes, you see these things coming like, all right, it's going to be here on Saturday.
At 10 o'clock.
So get the fuck out the way and like hit the road. Yeah.
That's like if a sniper said, look, I'm going to shoot a bullet at your house on fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you can be there, you can not. It's just like, what the f- just
Meteorologists get shit wrong a lot of times when they say, oh, it's not going to rain today. But when they say, yeah, that's a hurricane and it's going to hit somewhere in this general area, they're right. That shit doesn't just vanish.
Well, they're tracking it from space.
Yeah.
You can see it,
But
from
the
fucking
world's
space.
flat though.
Oh, God.
there are no satellites. Meanwhile, they use GPS to get around. It's like, how the fuck does that work?
Yeah. So, did they say how many miles across this hurricane is?
I'm sure they did. I don't have those
I
figures.
saw something on Twitter. I don't know how legit it was. It's like the size of Ohio.
What I heard
But
is,
I don't know how that compares to other hurricanes.
what I heard what's really going on is Rick turned himself into a hurricane.
God damn it.
Rick Sanchez.
Hurricane Rick.
Yeah. You see, you guys hear about Rush Limbaugh talking about how this is liberal
God.
fake news and
Fuck that dude.
there's no real hurricane and
There's no real hurricane.
yeah, you talk to your boy.
He's not my boy. He's a fucking...
Boy, is this?
Hold on. Rush Limbaugh is a fucking drug addict. Everybody just seems to forget about that shit. He was hooked on Oxycontin. Oxycontin is like one of the strongest forms of fucking opiates on the goddamn planet.
that's
I
just
took
dangerous.
one time, it erased my entire fucking day. The next day I couldn't fucking read. And this fucking crackhead, yeah, I'm gonna say it, crackhead, was taking multiple ones of those every day while talking shit about the war on drugs. About how people need to stop smoking pot and shit. Meanwhile, he's a fucking crackhead.
Yeah.
That's like that dude who was like against gays, but we were having sex in the bathroom, men's bathroom.
That's how they all are. They all will shit on things or just to cover themselves up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting hand jobs and shit in the fucking bathroom. It's like, what the fuck?
With the signal system, I was fucking tripped out. But anyway, we got way off track. How do we get here with gay bathroom sex from hurricanes? Holy fuck!
Damn, that is a weird transition.
Yeah. How do we? Okay, San Francisco Comic Con.
You can't ever predict where the dankness will go.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Not even weathermen can do that shit.
This is
There's
true.
no
Yeah.
dank weathermen.
What did I say? A weapon to empower the worthy.
Oh God.
This would actually been a good segue because we're going to talk about San Francisco Comic Con.
Okay. Yes, we.
Oh my God!
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
San Francisco Comic Con happened this past Labor Day weekend. We were all up in the building.
It was legit.
On Saturday, we had a panel, Old Ninja, Kronos, and myself, and at least in my opinion, a excellent turnout.
Oh
It was
yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe
It's a
1,000
legit
people.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to everybody that attended. Thank you if you guys are listening now.
I hope you're listening.
It's a real good sign of encouragement that obviously we did it last year and you guys appreciate what it is that we talk about, and we got what I really liked about it was the feedback that we got and like some legit questions from the actual audience. I mean, they were very interactive. They were applauding. They had they had legit questions, not just like fake little like surface questions, but like some in-depth type stuff that was really, really pertinent to geek culture. I really like that.
Yeah.
Highly educated
They
crowd.
came with education stuff too.
Yeah, it was cool to see people that came last year. It was kind of like we did 3 panels last year, and this year we only did 1. But we still have people that came back and still want to listen. I think that. It's funny. I don't know if you guys noticed, but most of the people in the audience were women. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was like, "Whoa, there's mostly chicks in here." That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it clicked in my head with some of the questions that they were asking in terms of the diversity and how they were, especially the one female that asked about female characters being portrayed as so like just small and petite.
Fragile.
And she's like, "I'm a big girl.
Yeah.
I can throw hands." I was like,
quite
"Holy
tall.
shit,
She
yeah."
was 6'11".
At least. Yeah, it was great feedback. It was a great panel. I enjoyed it very well. The interaction at the end was great. We had some really good, interesting questions.
Yeah, the room this year was really large too, because I guess last year was at the Hilton.
Much bigger
It
room.
was like maybe 3 different panels could have
It's
been
massive.
in there. It was massive.
Yeah, so we last year we filled, I think once or twice we filled the room, but this year it was fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like I was worried about like nobody coming in. I was like, this looked really ridiculous. Nobody came in this fucking room.
Yeah.
But we had a pretty decent turnout. It was nice. It was a big hall.
Exactly.
But I feel like they could have fit all 5 of us up there though. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure. But the way that if I'd have known their actual setup, I'd have just brought fucking mics and XLR cables.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Okay.
But they only set up 3 microphones.
Yeah.
So.
But I will say, the feedback, or one of the questions where someone was asking something that was incorrect about
Doctor Who.
Oh,
And the
Crowd was.
None of us in this room really fucked very hard with Doctor Who, but the Whovians shut that dude down. He had some question, and it could have been very legitimate. I'm not saying he was a
Well, he said
troll.
it was kind of a joke.
What his question was is that I guess in a new Doctor Who, so when Doctor Who dies, his spirit transferred over to another body, and I guess in his new season, his body is going to a female body.
Yes, for the first time ever.
So the question was like, would that consider him being like transgender or
Yeah.
The Whovians were like, hell
Like,
to the
no, it does
fucking
not
no.
work.
Yeah. At first, I didn't know because there was sort of a slight maybe language barrier that he had, so I didn't know if like he was like serious or legit.
He was a language barrier. He was American.
yeah, he was American.
Oh, well, in terms of like how he was, I guess phrasing it, it seemed like he was kind of.
I think he was just nervous.
Yeah,
I thought it was an accent, but all right.
Still.
But yeah, anyway.
Well, I understood him. Shit. Maybe he was American, but I understood him.
Yeah, the crowd understood him because they were about to lynch.
Yeah, exactly. And they had pitchforks,
Burn
right?
at the stake.
And then there's a point during the panel, fucking Darth Vader walked in there and shit.
Yeah, that
Vader and
made
his
me.
crew.
So
Like, it's about to end.
Yeah, I literally thought that he was gonna come up and be like, "Your panel's over. Like you guys are out of time." I'm like, because he had like an entourage of stormtroopers behind him.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh shit, does this mean that we got to stop?" Like, but we kept it going. It was pretty interesting.
I think he wanted to challenge our power of the dankness.
Oh, so Wild All, I guess he was there at the panel?
Oh, he was?
Why didn't you say who he was?
Yeah, what the hell?
Did he meet any of us?
I'm sorry, which one?
He was saying that he met that tall lady after the panel. She seemed like the progressive type, but I don't think any of us met him.
Okay, what was his name?
A Wild Alb in
He's
the,
in the chat.
Okay.
even though I probably always fuck up his name in here, but
Yeah,
Is that the black dude that we met at
Possibly.
the Santa Clara?
Is that him?
Oh, that might be him.
we met there was a lot of handshaking at the very end, so
Yeah, yeah.
I feel
But
like
it
we
was-
probably did.
But if he'd have said like I'm this dude from the
chat.
chat,
Yeah.
I'd definitely know who the fuck he was.
Hell yeah.
Is he the one that was at Lucius Comics?
I don't know.
I think that's
might have
Roy.
been.
Yeah.
I think his name was Roy.
Yeah,
No matter.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it was still
Identify yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through.
Did you talk to any of us? Because that'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
good. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah,
we
he
just
did.
didn't.
Yeah.
Well, the other real
I
dope
thought he was from
thing
Brazil.
was it was recorded. It's on SoundCloud. It's on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
It is on YouTube.
Yeah, so anybody who wasn't actually physically in San Francisco last Saturday, you can get a chance to hear it. It's I would say, kind of a PG-13 version of us. I know you dropped one F-bomb.
I did, and I thought after I said it, I was like, damn it. And I was
That's
like,
all
whatever,
good.
fuck it. I say fuck a lot, all right?
Yeah, fuck it.
It's fine.
Yeah,
But,
we did keep it.
There was no kids in there, so
I don't
Yeah,
think there
no,
was.
it was an adult.
She don't
Yeah,
talk, so
I think
sorry.
there might have been teenagers, but that's about it.
They
Yeah.
probably curse worse than we do.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that was SFCC.
There was some cool cosplay.
There was a lot of cool cosplay. That's exactly what I was about to say.
There's a.
Cape and Cowell was there.
I was gonna say there was one guy dressed up as fucking Pickle Rick.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was fucking crazy, and I think he won an award because when I took his picture and he had like a award, but like there was people as fucking there was a person who was like the guy from My Hero Academia, the guy with all the hands.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was
dope.
fucking ridiculous. Like I actually went on his Instagram and he like had pictures of how he put all this stuff together, which was fucking interesting. There was somebody who was one of the Muppet characters from I think it was like
The
Dark
chef.
Crystal.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
the
we had a
girl
Swedish
that was
chef.
the Swedish chef.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool. She was funny.
Oh,
But,
she was in the room, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, she was in the room.
panel.
She came and talked to you guys after the panel was.
Yeah, we were talking games.
Yeah.
There was some bad, like there's this one chick who was dressed as Freddy Cougar with some nice fucking tight ass pants on, and her shirt was ripped.
She had some shorts on.
She had some short shorts.
She had some booty out of the bottom.
So was this year bigger than last year?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely
Okay.
bigger.
Cool.
Definitely.
But still, the actual floor wasn't that big.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're expanding. So I'm not knocking SFCC. I'm just like the floor was small.
I feel like it probably get bigger
enough.
next year because they actually just finished the construction at one of the Moscone areas, so they just opened it up like yesterday. So
okay.
they probably have a bigger event next year.
There was a really good Solid Snake too. I don't know if you saw him.
Oh yeah,
He was like he didn't look just like him, but like as far as like his makeup and everything went, like he like attention to detail like a motherfucker. Like he had like the one horn out of the side.
Wow.
He had the fake arm with the watch.
Yes.
And he had the fucking like looked like a vape pen, but it was like the time cigar thing.
Okay.
he also had a fucking tape deck on him too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Okay.
But one of the panels, but there was like a booth there, and there was like a Walking Dead experience. And dude, I kid you not, these people look just like the characters.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought it was fucking Rick.
yeah, there was like one person that looked like Rick, and like the person who was Daryl started to walk by. I was like, wait, is that Norman Reedus? And I like had to go over there and like double check, and then like they had also a guy that was Negan, and he looked like Niggy, but he was a little bit more chubby in their face.
Okay.
But that shit was like legit. Like they were really good.
Good shit.
But then also I got to see one of my heroes, fucking
Tim Drake.
yeah, who was
right? Tim Drake.
no, it's
Tim something.
fucking.
I thought you were
going
going to talk about the gym artist that you
Oh,
were
yeah, it is.
fangirling
Goddamn it.
over.
no, it's Bruce Timm.
Bruce Tim.
Bruce
yeah,
Timm.
Something Tim. Goddamn it.
Yeah, he fucking threw me off. But yeah, Bruce Timm was there, which I didn't know he was going to be there, and he had like a huge line of him signing autographs. So
Tell who Bruce Timm is.
Bruce Timm is one of the creators of Batman, Batman animated series, and so you can see his name print on like a lot of different type of shit. So I try to take a picture of him, but I try to be kind of discreet about it because usually you can't take pictures of celebrities. Well, no, because a lot of times at these events you can't take pictures of a celebrity because you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I was like off to the side, like sneaking behind like somebody. I was like. and like walked away real fast, but I took my settings were off, so the picture kind of came out blurry. But
damn,
it was awesome that he was there.
That's why sometimes it's okay to just leave it on auto.
Yeah,
Like if you're gonna do some shit like that, just leave it on auto.
you gotta shoot an audio.
Well, to give you, Kronos and Blue some props, you guys took awesome pictures, just like you did at Crunchyroll, just like you did at Fanime, and all of these are like on the Facebook and Instagram for Be the BTI, so everybody can check them out.
That's why I love going to these cons because we get like a huge bump in like visibility. Like I was looking at our stats for like SoundCloud the other day, and it was like the day after the con, I was like, I was like, holy shit, that was a lot. And then like Instagram, we got a bunch of new followers, a bunch of new likes and shit like that. So it was it's pretty cool for people to really see us at these cons, and it's really nice to be able to do panels.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it gives us a lot of visibility.
We're gonna do much more of these.
It's also great being able to like walk around and talk to people about the podcast, kind of let them know about it. Because like Stitch was saying that I got to meet one of the artists for Jim, who's her name is in my mind.
Something Kirkman.
Hickman.
It's
Hickman, yeah.
Damn, her name's in my mind again. Fuck. But anyway,
Jessica Hickman?
No, I think it was
Miss Hickman. We'll just call her.
Yeah, we'll call her Miss Hickman. But it's cool because
Jessica Hickman, I think her name was.
No, it wasn't Jessica.
Is that what I just said?
I'm pretty sure it was.
I thought it was Jessica.
Let's call her Miss Hickman for now until we look it up.
So one of the artists for Jim, she was there, and it's funny because she also wrote for The Strain, which I didn't know.
Oh wow, the TV show.
No, for the comic.
The comic. Okay.
Yeah, so she did the artwork for that, or not the artwork, but she did I think the story for it. But yeah, it was really cool talking to her. She actually lives here in San Jose. Like she's from the Bay Area, and like a lot of her people are from this area.
Jessica Hickman.
It was really funny as we were walking away. Like I got her business card and I looked at it and I was like, "Wait, are you related to
Jonathan Hickman?"
Yeah, John Hickman. She's like, "Oh no, I get that a lot." I was like, "Oh shit!" So I pretend like I told you guys that was his daughter, but yeah, it's not.
No relation.
No relation.
That's dope, though. All right.
If it's Jessica.
No relation.
Much props to San Francisco Comic-Con for letting us have a giant panel and everybody who came through. We will definitely be back, and we're going to do much more panels all over the goddamn country if we possibly can, especially next year.
Oh, it was Jen Hickman.
Let's jump into something.
Yeah, it's Jen Hickman. That's what it is.
Let's jump into something we skipped last week. Stitch is back here. Mayweather and McGregor recap. For Kronos and Stitch mostly, but let's do it. How did this fight go? Who wants to set it up?
I mean, it went sort of how, I expected Mayweather to win. We had sort of talked about it on MJ and Kobe. I didn't know if it was going to be a quick sort of victory because essentially if Mayweather wanted it to be quick, it could have been quick, but that's really not his fighting style. It was really odd to see at first, and I watched it at a Buffalo Wild Wings with a large group of a full restaurant full of people, and the first thing that sort of stuck out to me was a lot of people were like, this isn't even a boxing match, because essentially a lot of the stuff that they were letting go over and over again would have gotten like points deducted, warnings, and eventually probably stopped the fight. And I talked with Lilo about it, and we used to play Fight Night on PlayStation all the time.
Like what?
The bedroom?
Like the rabbit punches in the head.
Well, so like the hammer fist were like they were dumb, but like there were some shots to the back of the head, but a lot of them weren't. Like a lot of them were to the side. So it's like there's like a mohawk thing, right, where you can't hit like to the back.
Okay.
So I think that's what most misconceptions come in. So if you hit somebody like right here by the ear, that's not considered a rabbit punch. But if you hit them like in the back here where the mohawk would be, that's a rabbit punch.
For the amount of times where the referee was like stepping and like verbally talking to him, a lot of people were just like, what the fuck? Like that would be a deduction if it was Canelo,
Well, no.
or Ward going on in a regular boxing match. If the referee stops you from doing something, he'll be like, hey, don't do that. He stops you again. This is a warning.
What I'm trying to explain though is that most of those shots that he was doing were legal. They were just really ineffective shots.
So are you saying that the ref was not doing the
Well,
warning?
no, he was, but he's warning him for like stuff that didn't do, like stuff that they should have warned him for, like the like some of the grappling and like taking his back and stuff. Like, but I think that was just Mayweather letting him do that. So that was another problem because like you can obviously like clinch somebody, but Mayweather was letting him like basically take his back and like waste his energy. But you can't like you can't deduct a point for letting somebody do that. You know what I mean? Like if I grab you and then go to the back of you, like you can't deduct a point for that.
But because
it's your job to square back up.
So but let me make sure I get this out. So, but from a warning standpoint, are you disagreeing that there were warnings about any behavior?
There weren't legit warnings. That's why they didn't take away a point.
Well, it's up to the referee to say point needs to be taken.
Yeah, but you can't take away a point if he's not actually breaking the rules.
But my thing is, why would the referee then separate them and stop and verbally? Because he gave several verbal warnings, and if you're giving a verbal warning, you are doing something that is not legally allowed.
This is the problem that I had in the very beginning, is because the referee, he was like, you didn't notice like when he was talking about the rules and he's looking directly at Conor the whole time, like I was like, dude, like can you like talk to both of them? You know, it's like what the fuck. So he didn't have to warn him at all for like most of that stuff. And you're right, if he's gonna sit there and warn, then yeah, I guess take a point. But he really couldn't, because what he was doing was legal. It was just stupid and ineffective.
So wait, but I'm sorry, he didn't do any punches to anywhere in the back.
There was a couple of shots to the back of the head, but it wasn't like as many as most people think it is. Like I said, there's like it's a mohawk, right, where you can hit him. So if I punch you behind your ear, that's not like right behind your ear. That's not a legal shot. That's a legit shot.
All right.
I mean, the way I took it was like, if the referee is stepping in and verbally saying, hey, don't do this, hey, don't do this, hey, don't do this. The normal fights where I've seen in most boxing matches, the second time you do something he tells you specifically not to do, whether it's questionable or not, if it is in the referee's discretion, and be like, all right, that's kind of on the line, hey, whatever. If you are constantly warning him, then you should take a point. You don't constantly keep getting warned about the same shit over and over again. Now, if the referee is warning about some stuff that shouldn't be warned about, then that's on the referee.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. But if the referee in himself feels that he's doing something that needs to be addressed over and over again, then you take points away. That's how most sort of boxing matches work. But yeah, I don't want to get sort of hung up on that whole aspect of it. It was really weird at first, because the first 2-3 rounds, Mayweather really didn't seem like he was trying to even throw punches the entire time. I don't know how much of it is revisionist history in terms of what he said after the fight, in terms of like, oh, I wanted to test his power, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but he was rarely throwing punches. He let McGregor was pushing the fight at the beginning, and then McGregor got gassed. We talked about it on MJ and Kobe. I was like, boxing matches go 12 rounds, 12 3-minute rounds, constant standing up, dodging, moving. It's a cardio marathon.
Not constant. They're shorter rounds, and yeah, they get more breaks, so it's definitely not constant.
Well, I mean, in the rounds, I think he's saying like.
Well, but the rounds they're shorter, so like. Yeah, it's not-
You're going three. Yeah, the rounds are 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But you are doing 10 to 12 of them.
yeah.
So essentially, it's 36 technical minutes of actual.
With a bunch of breaks too.
Okay, yeah, but it's not comparable to 5 to 15 minutes of actual fighting time.
Or 25 minutes.
For a championship.
If you're in a championship fight, okay, but yeah, still.
And it's, you can ask most people that are pure boxers and pure MMA guys, it's like it's definitely harder to do 25 minutes of MMA than it is to do.
I've heard many people say the contrary to that.
Because I've even
including
grappled with guys.
people like Teddy Atlas and stuff. I mean, I've never done
Teddy Atlas. Are you fucking serious?
He's a well-respected
Boxing guy, but he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well,
when it comes to
I've even heard Kale Sonnen. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing his name, but he's on the same page on ESPN saying the same exact thing. By the time,
no, he's incorrect too. I don't give a fuck. He's a really great wrestler, but
like I said, I've never been in a ring. I've never experienced for myself, so I'm just saying what I'm hearing these other people say. So I'm not taking a stand for or against one side of it. I'm just saying people are saying that whatever.
Wait, so let me just clarify. So are you saying that he did not get gassed at all then, or?
Oh no, he definitely got gassed. I'm just saying that. Well, he's gotten gassed before. So the problem that I had with like that shit, like he's gassed past a certain round, like almost every single time. Like if you look at the Nate Diaz fight, the second one, I mean he gassed again. You know what I mean? But he came back. That was the problem I had with the stoppage, is that he was hurt. He was hurt bad, but he wasn't knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? He didn't go down.
He didn't go down.
That leaves leaves into question like the whole validity of the thing, which is fucking stupid because I think Mayweather would have probably won anyway. So it's just like, why the fuck wouldn't you just let him knock him out?
When you say validity, are you saying that anything close to Mayweather did not win?
Well, so there's always going to be MMA guys going to be like, well, he didn't actually knock him out. They just stopped it early. Because in my mind, they did stop it early. That's just me.
No, that's a fair point.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
Because in the whole round, he didn't get knocked down. Yeah, he was hurt. But, and I understand there was no standing 8 count there, but, I mean, he was still moving around. You know what I mean? Like, I would have rather just seen him get knocked the fuck out. And I rarely say that, but in this case, yeah, I would rather just see him get knocked the fuck out. Or take a knee, or at least get knocked down, or fucking something. You know what I mean? It's pretty rare, especially in boxing, that somebody doesn't go down or something like that, or is taking punishment. Like, he was taking punishment, but it wasn't that bad. I've seen way fucking worse when a fight goes on in boxing. We all have.
I've seen worse.
I definitely think McGregor was gassed.
For sure.
I mean, obviously. And I've talked about it in the Diaz. A lot of times when you're watching a boxing match, you can tell when the other boxer gets gassed because his hands start to get lazy and they aren't up. Yeah. And even in some of McGregor's fights that I have watched, I haven't watched all his fights. You can see in some of the Diaz ones, he's throwing from the waist. His fists and his swings are coming from the waist. And in boxing, that'll get you murdered. If you're not
always from the waist. It's sometimes like when he gets tired, yeah, but not like his whole fight.
Well, yeah. No, I'm saying when they do get
that's everybody.
Yeah, exactly. But you sort of notice it like when you're watching two boxers. Like, all right, you can tell this one's a lot more tired because his hands are starting to get rubbery and everything. The whole knockdown not knockdown part, but
TKO.
The TKO part. The first thing the ref tells you is protect yourself at all times. That's sort of a boxing thing. I mean,
you're smiling. Why?
Because it's a boxing thing. We've all seen matches where literally somebody's in their ass kicked for like 3 fucking minutes straight, and then they'll stop the goddamn match. Like 3 minutes straight, get knocked down, come back up, and let the fucking shit go.
Well,
he didn't throw a punch for I think they said a minute 30.
Neither did fucking Mayweather in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, Mayweather wasn't taking shots.
I know, but you just don't leave that statement like that.
Anyone that watched it knows the difference between what happened in the first round and what happened in that 10th round.
For sure, but don't just say he wasn't throwing punches because, obviously his defense wasn't there.
McGregor was taking punishment in the 10th round and not throwing anything back and was on his heels, and he was in trouble.
For sure, he was in trouble, but he wasn't knocked the fuck out. I mean, so for me, it wasn't definitive.
Well, for a referee, and I've never been a referee, especially in a boxing thing. Rule 1, protect yourself at all times, and essentially,
You're saying that's not a rule?
It's
or?
on,
It is a rule.
It's on you. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have the stats. I didn't prep myself for this discussion, but many of boxers have died in the ring when shit maybe could have been stopped a little bit early. So I don't have an issue with the referee jumping in. We at that point we knew the fight was in hand. Like at this point, were we questioning who's going to win? I don't think so.
Let's get you in here. Let's get you.
If he didn't fall down and hit the mat like in a Rocky cinematic thing, it's whatever. That's just like eye candy to me. But at that point, all right, I know who won. I know who's the better fighter. I know who won this match. I don't need to see him face down on the mat.
The only thing though is that I've seen him come back from damage like that before.
So
And other boxers have, like, from way worse damage.
he's not a professional boxer.
It doesn't matter. You can't even say that right now because he's fighting the best. Like they need to
Fighting the best too.
Mayweather. He's the best. I'm saying McGregor was fighting the best guy. Like they still need to keep it at a certain level. You know what I mean?
A historically all-time great, not in the peak of his career. Let's not call him the best right now.
He's the best defensive boxer of all time.
Okay,
There's no.
But at 40 years old, he is not the best. He's not in the prime. He's not in the peak.
Okay, well, either way, he could have taken more damage. Like in boxing, they take way more damage than that before they stop a fight.
Well,
I can't think of any other fight where they stopped it like that before. Any other boxing match ever.
Everyone talks about how McGregor, he runs, he hides, he's not an offensive thing. He gave no fucks. He was just like, I'm going to be a shark right now, and I'm just going to tag and chase this guy around the ring, which haven't seen him do.
Mayweather in the later rounds.
Yes,
Okay.
we haven't seen Mayweather do that.
Years
since 2007 ish and everything, and he didn't care about his. At first couple rounds he was playing defensive and everything, but at that point when he realized, I have this in hand, like I'm not scared of his power, he pushed the fight and essentially was just sort of chasing him sort of around the ring.
Jumping in chat room real quick. Somebody had mentioned how like with the fight, like nobody. Derek had said that nobody had any cuts or anything, so there wasn't very much bleeding going on the basketball.
Some people cut easy, some people.
Well, and it's difficult to get like cuts like that from those kinds of gloves, like, or unless you take a shitload of damage, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of rare. I mean, like, I think most people today, they're used to seeing MMA where you're gonna see shit like that because of elbows and the smaller gloves and shit like that. You just don't see that kind of damage. It's pretty rare right now in boxing, especially with Floyd, because he doesn't cut. Like, there's people if you have certain types of skin, like, you just don't cut that easily. And McGregor too is the same way. He doesn't cut that easily. So, especially with those big ass gloves on. So I'm not really surprised with the face, because like in some news outlets said that McGregor was all bloody and shit. I'm like, no, dude, his face was fucking fine. He had some lumps.
He had like a
normal
mouse under, like a small mouse under his eye or whatever. But
it's fine.
Yeah, so I didn't really have an issue with that whole thing. I mean, when I saw that, I think it's just bloodlust that everyone sort of wants to see the actual knockout.
It's not bloodlust, man. It's people are used to seeing a boxing match where somebody either gets knocked the fuck out, or if it's TKO, at least it's like they got knocked down, they're like seriously hurt, where they can't even fucking walk.
We've been watching Mayweather fights for years where he hasn't knocked anybody out. So in terms of watching Mayweather actually knock,
now he deserves one? I mean, what the fuck are you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying, like, if we're watching a Mayweather fight, if this had been anybody else, we wouldn't be expecting a knockout. No one was expecting a knockout against Pacquiao.
So why did we get one?
We got a TKO.
Yeah, but I still don't understand. Like, they could have let it go for longer. That's all I'm saying.
Pacquiao was defending himself. It was competitive the entire 12 rounds. This stopped being competitive at the point where McGregor stopped putting his hands up and stopped throwing punches back and just started backpedaling and falling against ropes and everything.
I've seen way worse in boxing. I'm gonna stick to that like my fucking dying day. I've seen way worse than that in boxing. I've seen people get fucked up way worse and come back and fucking win.
I agree, but we don't want. I don't want to see somebody die in the ring.
Oh, I don't think it wasn't anywhere close to death. I mean, goddamn, he was fucking fine.
Nobody thinks anything's close to death until it actually happens.
Well, yeah,
but I don't think this was the situation. But I don't blame the referee for jumping in and waving his hand. I mean, sometimes this happens during MMA types events where like they think, oh yeah, he called it too early. He could have came back. Oh, he didn't really hit him with that shot with this when we see in slow motion.
So I want to get your points in here, Kronos, on clarifying. So are you saying, because of your history of watching McGregor, you feel that he probably would have come back and won that fight?
I think he still had. I think he could have taken more damage and possibly came back. Obviously, I'm not a fucking. I can't tell the future.
Okay.
I've seen him take damage before and come back. So,
Okay.
And I've seen other boxers take damage and come back, including Mayweather. I mean, look at the match against who was it? Julio Cesar Chavez. He took a lot of fucking damage and came back.
That was a classic
You know what I
bout.
mean? Actually, some people thought he fucking lost that match.
A lot of people thought it was questionable. There's no doubt about that. I'm just going to jump in here and say I did not want anything to go to judges. I did not want to see that.
Well,
I hate things going to judges. I don't care. In any fight, I hate judges deciding who won.
Yeah, because
as a rule of thumb.
I feel like they could have got paid off or some shit.
But a TKO.
But what is Mayweather now? He's like what, 50, 40?
He is 5-51.
Technically, well, yeah, 50 and 0, but this one doesn't count on his, I guess, professional thing.
It had to probably be
It's
an
exhibition or whatever.
But I heard
You can't fight a no fighter.
Yeah, because the
I thought he had an
guy
extra win when he punched his girl.
Oh, God damn!
that would be 4 wins.
Damn, yes.
He's beaten 4 women, I think.
Yeah.
So be 54.
So, I mean, my thoughts on the fight. I mean, Mayweather won. I wasn't really fucking surprised, especially when after a certain amount of rounds, I was like, the first 4 rounds though, McGregor looked great. I thought he looked, especially for somebody that's 0-0, like he looked amazing actually. And I was like, dude, you're fighting the best defensive fighter in the world, and you're landing shots. He landed like over 100 shots.
111.
And that's fucking almost unheard of fighting Mayweather. So I thought that alone was like a pretty good thing. Obviously he lost, but I mean that's pretty good for somebody that doesn't come from. He comes from a boxing background, but it's like an amateur boxing background.
Like he was winning the first 5 rounds, right? For as far as
I would say maybe the first 4.
They had the numbers up. It was close. It was like 10-9, 10-9.
Yeah.
But then it started to switch up.
Yeah.
So,
but there were things that obviously, I think there were things that McGregor could have done differently where he would have won the match. Like his whole thing, like he had it stuck in his head to like grapple. Like when they went in for the clinch, instead of like clinching like a normal boxer would, he would grapple and then try to take his back. Which, yeah, if you're in a real fight, take his back and choke him the fuck out or hit him the back or hit him, right?
Yeah, that's just not boxing.
That's not boxing. So, because you can see him, like he would get there and he'd start rabbit punching, and then he would just not rabbit punching, but hammer punching, and then he would just stop. And it's just like, yeah, you can't do that. You're wasting energy, like just sitting there, like grappling like that.
I don't even think you can technically hammer fist, can you?
Yeah, you can. There's nothing that said you can't hammer fist.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you could.
It's just not an effective punch, right?
Right.
Not at all. Not I mean, unless they're on the ground, like that's when it's effective. If you're on the ground, it's effective because when you're hammering down, you have gravity on your side, and their head's gonna hit the back of the canvas.
Handsome Zach in the chat is saying Mayweather was never in trouble throughout the whole fight, even in the early rounds.
Well, he might not have been in trouble, but he was definitely losing those rounds. Yeah. So, in trouble or not.
When he was sitting on a stool, it looked like Mayweather was trying to figure out what club he was going to.
Yeah, right. He's going to go to his strip club. Yeah. He has a strip club
and then, like, McGregor was getting, like, ice and, like, fanned out. I was like, okay.
But even though McGregor lost, both of them were still fucking winners because both of them left out there.
They both getting paid.
Big-ass fucking paycheck.
But you had some final thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was still pretty amazing that McGregor came in there and did as well as he did, to be honest with you. And even though, Floyd's 40, whatever the fuck, he's still the best defensive boxer of all time, and he still took shots in that. And, hats off to both of them. They gave a good performance. I thought it was good. I thought if it didn't get ended in the first, 5 rounds, I thought it was going to be boring. And Mayweather came back and made it exciting again. So I thought that was really great. I think it was great for both the sport of boxing and MMA. I mean, I think it's going to be really cool for Alvarez versus Triple G because they're getting this huge hype for boxing right now. Everybody watched that match and they saw that it was exciting, and now they're going to watch probably a way more exciting fight with Triple G versus Canelo. So that
Canelo should be a household name star.
Yeah, but nobody.
But he ain't. Yeah, he ain't Mayweather.
Boxing's not as popular as it used to be.
No. I mean, because we gotta be honest, MMA they took over. Mm-hmm. So, and there's no real big stars in boxing right now. They just can't get their name out there.
Yeah, but I mean, Mayweather retiring is the worst thing, in a lot of ways for that sport.
Is he pretty old though?
Well, no,
he's 40.
Well, it's bad, but it's also good because, to be honest with you, that's actually one of the problems of boxing was Floyd Mayweather.
How so?
Because most of his fights are fucking boring, and people just didn't want to watch. I didn't want to watch any of his fights because it was all decisions and just defensive shit. I know it's great for him, but it's bad for the sport.
Will you make a distinction though? I feel like his earlier career, he had a lot of fire, a lot of pop, a lot of even
for sure
knockdown power. I agree.
But then he had a legacy to protect.
Oh, I certainly agree. I think the last 10 to 12 years of Mayweather fights have been, a lot of them haven't been as aggressive. The one against, you mentioned it earlier. God damn it. The one that was kind of a
Chavez.
Was, a slugfest in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I like seeing slugfests. He didn't have a lot of them, but at the same time, there was a lot of professional boxers who went into the ring with him who could not fucking hit him.
Yep.
They just couldn't hit him. He would be too elusive, too quick, too fast for them, and I got to give credit for that too.
And that's why I was surprised that McGregor even landed the fucking 50 shots.
Yeah.
Or even 25 shots. You know what I mean? We only did over 100 shots.
I agree, I'll give credit, but I'm also going to say Mayweather, this was nowhere near the same Mayweather age and athletically that he ever was.
I don't know. He came back and still won. And he did a lot of damage. So I think people don't give him enough credit for that.
I remember seeing him 5-6 years ago, even being defensive, much faster, much sharper with his punches.
I don't think he took this as seriously as he would have.
I don't know about that. It's hard work, dedication, right?
2 years off is 2 years off.
I thought this whole fight was going to be like, remember the Great White Hope with that boxing movie with Damian Wayans or whatever?
Yeah,
he got all fucking fat and had like a gut and stuff like that. And he fought against somebody he lost to back in like his earlier years, and they hit the ring. He just punched him once. He fucking knocked him out. I was expecting this to be like that.
There's
that was good.
some other thought that I had on McGregor too, but I can't fucking remember. Yeah, I think it's good all around. Hats off to both of them getting that shit done.
That paper.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
Everybody want to talk shit about how MMA fighters don't get paid that much. Did anybody actually look at the fucking purses?
Yeah, the
this one?
purse for this fight?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, I
Did
mean,
you look at the prelims?
No, not the prelims.
Yeah, nobody does, right?
Yeah.
Look at the prelim, how much they got fucking paid. They didn't get paid.
attached. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
And the other people that were in that didn't get paid shit.
You're right about that.
They were on the biggest pay-per-view of all fucking time, and they didn't get paid shit.
You're right.
So if everybody else wants to talk about how little MMA fighters get paid, shut the fuck up. Like, they're literally getting paid the same amount as boxers. Like, with the same experience.
You're
know
talking
what I
about
mean?
experience per experience for each. I think the difference that gets highlighted mostly is in the household names for boxing versus the household names.
those are
for
rarities.
MMA.
people pay and hate watch because they want to watch Mayweather lose.
Yeah,
Maybe
for
they
sure.
want to get
Everyone wants
the cocky,
hero
upcoming,
Wife
arrogant, wife-beating black guy who
can't
flaunts
read.
his money around, who started doing this around the housing crisis.
Can't read.
Yeah,
Money Mayweather.
they want to see him lose, and that's what a lot of them pay for. I mean, he knows what he's doing, because I mean, even when he was fighting Oscar De La Hoya, and he's showing, I'm gonna fight him on Cinco de Mayo, I'm gonna ruin your holiday, and he's showing up in Mexico shorts with a sombrero coming to, like, he's a WWE troll.
Yes.
But I mean, people pay to see, they hate watch it, and they just happen to be paying $99.99 or $59.99, whatever whatever it is, and he realizes that this is what he needs to do to bring in that fucking amount of money. And I mean, it's kind of sad that that's how it's keeping boxing, I don't want to say relevant, but in terms of mainstream relevancy.
Oh, certainly.
That he has to put on this whole charade character act.
Well, some of that is him being him too.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's
him.
exaggerated.
Exactly.
But
He went from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather.
Yeah,
So-
of course, yeah.
I hear you.
He went from face to heel.
Yeah, he realized there was more money in being a heel, and he saw how many additional zeros were on the checks when he was being a heel. So yeah,
You either die the hero or live long enough to be the villain.
So
Read the comment.
Oh no, so I just wanted to make a correction. Earlier I had said that Jen Hickman had worked on The Strain, but no, I meant to say The Spread. She worked on the Image comic for The Spread.
It's by the same guy that made the Legacy of Luther Strode.
Oh, okay, cool.
Same dude.
So
Alright.
same person, but I'm just looking through some of the stuff she's worked on.
Yeah.
Outside of Gem, she actually had this comic called Filthy Figment, and basically it's an adult comic.
Sounds X-rated
And
as
it's all
fuck.
by
It is
all of the
X-rated.
art, all of the comics are by female artists, and it's their take on what sexy is. And like I'm looking through some of the images
He
on
was
here.
totally looking. I was like, I didn't want to say
there's
nothing.
like girls on girls, guys on guys, girls on guys,
Photos?
guys. And, yeah, there's a bunch.
Oh, there's
of
one
fucking
dude
things
getting
to do.
pegged
Oh.
with two chicks on him.
Send that to my private folder, please. There was a shitstorm that occurred last weekend.
There's a couple of them. So
Yeah,
which one you
this
talking
was
about?
the
With
big
us?
one.
Or-
Not with us.
Inhumans.
The goddamn Inhumans dropped.
Yeah.
Bruh.
It's still in theaters right now, or did it release in
I
the
think
little-
it's still thin.
Yeah.
Not for long.
Well, it's messed up too because they actually have pretty good comic runs right now. Like they have Black Bolt, they have the Royals, and then
Yeah.
like they're actually decent comics.
But none of that matters to the public. This had 2.6 million over its opening weekend. It was in over about 400 theaters. That is a new low for a comic book movie theatrical release.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So,
What do you mean, whoa, 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 whoa?
because is this really a movie or a
No,
pilot?
don't do that bullshit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Theatrical
Hold
release is
on.
what I motherfucking said,
You said
goddammit.
that- You said movie.
No, I said
said
theatrical,
theatrical
goddamn release. Shut the fuck up.
I've been
Anyway,
trying to catch him slipping, but he said theatrical.
theatrical release.
All right.
2.6 million worldwide, 1.5 million in the
God.
U.S.
Damn.
Yeah.
Zero, goddammit.
0%.
On fucking Rotten Tomatoes.
I feel bad. I might
means
wanna just rate it
I'm a
good.
better director than who was this fucking cunt? Who was this dude?
this
guy?
Roed Ryer, the guy who made some other no-name bullshit.
So what?
This is Marvel Disney.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So obviously,
Am I lying about any of
okay.
this?
no. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
We know obviously it's not doing well.
What do you mean you're not doing one? This is historically, you can't do worse than that.
Did I not just let me
Bro, that's
finish
like-
my goddamn
Well,
sentence?
it's like saying somebody got shot in the face. They're not doing well.
Yeah.
Why is it not doing? Like, did anybody here watch it?
No.
Okay, so I'm just curious on why it's so shitty.
Okay.
What are some of the reviews?
Well,
on it?
Because none of us had seen it. I know it's not doing well based on numbers. I was just on the comments. Is it just bad acting? Is it bad
No.
plot?
They got a
bad,
multitude
bad
of
fucking
multitude.
bad
It's a
CGI.
So
What?
check it out. This is supposed to be a pilot for a TV show. This is going to re-air at the end of September for this show.
How long? was
Hold the fuck on. God damn it, old ninja. Hold on. They filmed this shit in IMAX, motherfucker.
So
No,
fucking
don't
what?
sew that
So
bullshit.
what?
Filming in filming in IMAX is much more expensive. They filmed this for the theater. I don't know how to fucking say that better for you.
Yeah, but it's still gonna re-air on
don't give a-
TV.
Dude, there was
it's
a
going
theat-
to be on fucking network.
Shut the fuck up. There was a
national
theatrical
television.
release, goddammit.
Can I fuck up your argument right now, old ninja?
Holy shit.
I'm just
They,
saying.
they're gonna put it on TV.
Yeah, they're gonna. That's why nobody went. Why
Okay.
would you go if it's gonna be on TV for free?
Okay. Who's gonna pay for it to watch it on TV?
Commercials.
What the fuck?
Every commercial they get.
Fuck.
Do you see the problem? Oh, you say commercials.
Yeah, every commercial that they gonna air, they're gonna get paid for it.
So let's rewind. If it did shit in the theaters, where's the hype?
None.
Who the fuck's gonna watch it now?
Nobody.
It don't matter who the fuck is on the commercials.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're gonna, why pay $15, $12, whatever dollars when you can watch it for free?
Wait.
They're not
And also, it's on an app, right? You can't even actually watch it on TV. I thought.
So the
Yeah.
No, it's gonna.
No, that's what
be
it's
on
gonna air.
network.
Yeah, it's gonna air on
national TV.
ABC.
So it's gonna air the same way that this fucking screening went.
Well, they're actually putting it in the Doomsday Spot of Friday night to start off the
Is it
goddamn
on
show.
Fox?
It's on ABC.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, again, this is the same. This is the House of Mouse that gave you like Beauty and the Beast and fucking Pirates and Guardians of the Galaxy and whatnot. This is a huge fucking failure. You could pay somebody to get 1%, goddamn it, on Rotten Tomatoes. Holy fucking shit!
I never saw a commercial for did they?
I've seen
I saw some commercials.
There were trailers.
And this
I saw like on regular national TV. I just said they weren't hyping it. I mean, obviously, I don't question that it's a shitty product, even though I haven't seen it. I'm just curious on why it's shitty. But they didn't seem to be hyping it as much as like they do these other Marvel, I mean Disney properties.
Yeah,
So
well,
I'm kind of confused on
No,
that.
I can tell you from a comic book fan. So I actually,
Real quick, how long is this film? Or
2 hours.
It's about 2 hours, roughly.
All right.
okay, let me explain to you why, from a comic book fan perspective, why no comic fan saw this movie. all right, our feature film, whatever the fuck, in the theaters, all right? So, number one, Black Bolt didn't have his fucking tuning fork.
Sure didn't.
Number two, the costumes look ridiculous. Number three, Medusa's hair looked like shit. And the first time we saw her, it wasn't even fucking moving, and her hair is not fucking long enough.
Can I piggyback on that one? This is a spoiler, but nobody gives a shit because nobody's gonna fucking watch it. She fucking loses her hair in this shit very early on in this.
What?
They cut
You
off her
didn't
hair.
watch it. I'm so confused. You're giving these spoilers, but
I
you
don't
didn't
give a
watch.
fuck. Yeah, I've heard from people, and I've seen the actual screenshots of her being.
it's
She loses
speculation.
it in the comic, but
Yeah, but this is the reason why they cut it off on here in the first 2 episodes is because of budget.
yeah, it's because probably don't film in fucking IMAX, right?
Yep.
But yeah, also Karnak was not Asian, and it's the same thing I keep saying. Asians are not good for just goddamn kung fu. Can we fucking stop it? Like you want to sit there and be like, oh, diversity? No, it's stereotypes.
Yeah.
You stupid fucks. It's stereotypes. Gorgon was a white guy, not a fucking black guy.
Yep.
Like the only thing that I saw they got right, there's 2 things they got right. Maximus, who was fucking Ramsey Bolton. Ramsey Bolton's a fucking good ass villain, so Maximus is actually a good villain too. So that those went hand in hand, and then Lockjaw looked dope.
Okay.
Other than that, didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
And let's not forget. I mean, this was supposed to be just a movie.
Black Bolt does sign language. Fuck that.
Yeah.
God damn it.
this
Yeah, it
was-
doesn't do fucking sign language.
2-3 years ago, Marvel announced in their timeline that this would be a theatrical release only, and they were trying to position this. Do not fucking do revisionist history on me, as basically another cosmic group almost, or an off-world group similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, or to replace the fact that they don't own the rights to the X-Men. They're not on this fucking level. And for a long fucking time, I heard, okay, and correctly so, Guardians, people didn't know who they were. It fucking worked. It became a mega hit. Marvel can do it again. Marvel can do it again. Well, for this circumstance, the answer is a resounding hell no. This is not Guardians. This is not Guardians at all. I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean, even from like just the costumes alone, like it didn't look right. You know, I mean, they could have made it just different. It looked like shit.
Yeah.
Like a pile of shit.
We all wanted it to be better, even when we saw the stills, the pictures.
Well, I think a lot of people forgot that the reason why they made the Inhumans was to basically kill off the X-Men so they can get the rights back.
Yeah.
And they fucked it up. So we're basically, thank you for fucking up 2 things. You fucked up the Inhumans, and we're gonna keep getting shitty X-Men movies. Thanks fucking a lot,
I'm gonna have
Marvel.
to hate watch this.
Yeah, you might have. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to watch it just to see why, like how it's so bad. Like I don't doubt it.
I'm gonna
If
wait.
everyone's saying
Scott Buck, same showrunner who did Iron Fist, did this. He should be fucking
or
fired.
he should be blackballed.
Holy shit. He
from
should never have a
Hollywood.
job again.
Wow. How do you strike out on 2 fucking Marvel properties?
Yeah.
Especially, and there's like key things that they just left. Like the tuning fork thing is very important.
It is.
And then so is the fucking the hair. Like those are like it's like taking away Wolverine's claws.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
And you have to spend money to make the hair look good. You
Yeah.
do. You just have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm going to say this too, I know people, rightly so, have been really hard pressed for wanting to see Miss Marvel, who's a new popular Inhuman, get live action, get a live action
Get that shit
debut.
now. If they can't afford hair, they can't afford some shit getting bigger or smaller.
Exactly. I mean, at this point, you're going to have to make her a goddamn just Avenger and leave out the Inhumans. I mean, you don't want her, if she's a newish character, even though it's correct from the comics, you don't want her associated with this, really, at all.
Are we able to see how much the budget was for this?
I couldn't
curious.
find it. I was
Okay, you tried to
looking.
look?
I was looking desperately for the budget.
Because if this is a TV show, they're not going to spend.
This was a movie.
That was an
God
IMAX.
damn it! You can't get this through your fucking head.
Dude, it was in IMAX.
What does
but
IMAX? What does IMAX mean? What does
Look,
theatrical production mean? Goddamn it, old
no,
ninja.
No. This is a TV production show that they made in fucking IMAX.
So you have to
upscale
You
to
understand?
IMAX.
You have to film an
Yeah,
IMAX.
you have to film it. You have to film in 70 millimeter as well. Yeah,
That's
but,
like it's really expensive.
But they probably spent more on the cameras than they did on the budget for the
Why
rest
would
of
they
it.
spend all that money on the fucking?
Yeah, that's the problem. So
Yeah.
look, I found a
Raging. He's
I found a
raging.
rumor for the budget. All right.
Okay, rumor. Okay.
The budget is between $80 and $100 million for 8 episodes.
Oh,
So that's
well,
I'm sorry. Say that
for
again. 80.
for 8 episodes
Total?
$80 to $100 million.
for 8 episodes. episode.
That's a lot of money for like you have no name actors.
Yep.
You have basically it's all production fucking
80 million for eight.
And this is rumored.
80 to 100.
Yeah, it could be
million
much higher
dollars
than that too.
for 8 episodes. That's over $10 million an episode. With no talent.
Worldwide, let me repeat, 2.6 million. Logan, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man: Homecoming, they shit more than 2.6 million in like 10 minutes.
So if you break it down, you can just say, so I think the movie was 2 episodes, right? It's 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 episodes.
So no matter how you break it down, they ain't making that money back.
No.
Like they're never gonna make that money back.
How much was I mentioned it? I think was Game of Thrones is what 4 million an episode. They're saying.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. This now not the first season, like
no,
the
this
pilots,
last one.
but this last season they were spending big money on dragons and all and the wall and all that.
and putting people on fucking
That
fire.
shit was legit.
Yeah.
They just the 6th season was over $10 million per episode.
Oh, 10 million. Okay, well, I was way off.
This is
My
Game
bad.
of Thrones though.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Established.
And they didn't make a fucking a dragon with no scales. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Dude, I actually feel I feel bad for the actors involved in this. I really do.
What the fuck is going on?
What's happening? Is that on the chat? Chat getting choppy?
No, my fucking software's going.
All right. Hopefully the chat is still with us.
I'm hoping ain't no ghosts.
I think it was Handsome Hozak that was saying fucking.
Hey, what'd you call him?
Handsome Hozak.
He called him a hoe.
Yeah, he's Handsome Hozak. He was saying that Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, should have to be bitten by a radioactive Captain Marvel instead of anything having to do with the Inhumans or whatever. I had to give him credit on that one. I thought it was a good one.
He had a bunch of good ones. I just couldn't read them all.
But yeah, that's worse than Fantastic Four. That's worse than, in terms of critical response, Beavis. That's worse than anything we have ever literally seen in a theatrical production for a comic book movie.
There was something else that was released in the theaters that had like a theatrical release for a TV show, and compared to Inhumans, they did about the same.
Has that shit ever been successful?
I can't think of one.
I think Age of the Shield
Theatrical releases
To start
for
a show.
TV shows?
Yeah.
No.
There's been a few in the past, but it wasn't like IMAX though.
Or, I mean, just regardless, be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this broken ass method that's never worked before, but I'm gonna make it work. Like,
Yeah.
I
Again,
don't understand that.
this is still one of the biggest studios in the entire. This is a House of Mouse behind this. So, if it was even possible for it to work, Marvel has the money to do
I mean,
it.
what Zorro was a fucking fail.
Oh yeah, Disney has flops.
Yeah, but
Disney
they got
has
enough
flops.
bank and enough credit where they can afford to take a L every once in a while. But this is the first like comic book associated super L.
Yeah, that's how you have to classify this. This is a super L. If it was 25% on Rotten Tomato and made $30 million opening weekend and limited release, then we'd have to back off. But this is about as abysmal as you can get. Literally everybody in this room is a better director and producer of comic book shows than these guys.
Okay,
That's how it fucking goes. Unless I'm missing something. How's the
Yeah, that's fine. I gotta restart.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, hopefully everybody's still with us, motherfuckers. You want to jump on the Lord of the Flies?
The hell, the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we go.
So Warner Brothers optioned up. They're picking up a pitch to do an adaptation of the book. Actually, someone brought this up at San Francisco Comic Con.
As a theatrical production, Old Ninja?
You know what?
Wait, what are we talking about? Sorry.
We're talking Lord of the Flies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a theatrical production that's not introducing a TV show prodigy.
Whatever, motherfucker.
Dumb bastard. So yeah, they're going to reinterpret the book with an all teenage female cast.
Yeah, when you guys brought this up during the panel,
Actually, one of the audience members brought it up.
Yeah.
I was trying to be the civilized Negro in the room, and I'd keep jumping out of turn like Blue.
Damn.
Wait, what? I didn't even pay attention.
But I don't like when they do shit like that. There was rumors that they were gonna do a Top Gun remake, and all these other good classic-
Top Gun sequel.
I don't want it. I don't want it. Lord of the Flies is, I might be completely ignorant on this. Was there a Lord of the Flies movie? It's a book.
way back.
Hold on, there
There's a movie back
were
in the day.
two movies.
Okay.
One in 1990 when at least most of us were kids, except for Old Ninja. He was a grown ass man. And then one in like I think the 60s. But the book came out in 1954 by William Golding, and it's literally one of those.
Yeah, it was like
classic
mandatory
books.
reading in like elementary or junior high.
No,
for release
definitely
from
junior
Mayweather.
high. Like the transition to go into high school, you gotta like kind of
You
read that. book.
transitioning? What?
Oh, damn.
Oh shit!
I transitioned side.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So wait, so
Went from 1 foot to 1.5.
just kind of jumping back to Inhumans.
Yeah, go ahead.
A TV show that was released in IMAX theater was Game of Thrones, and only made 1.5 million. And it opened up to 205 different theaters.
All right, that's
Wow.
something.
Looking at Dateline right now. it's-
Holy shit, Damn Thrones didn't do good. They fucking blew up, but Damn Thrones from the get-go was fucking good.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
the get-go. And I'm pretty sure
I didn't know anything about it. I mean, it's weird because
Game of Thrones
I'm
had
really
hype, too.
I'm really questionable about like how they go about marketing that
Yeah.
because I didn't hear shit about Game of Thrones. I was like,
Oh, I did. That Game of Thrones
I didn't watch
got
Game of
hype.
Thrones till season 2.
Oh, okay.
So I was late to that party, but
I heard about.
I didn't know they were doing that whole
Yeah, I didn't know
theatrical.
either. I heard about Game of Thrones at WonderCon. They had a like fashion debut thing, and I thought it was some kind of Dungeons and Dragons type shit.
Yeah.
Because they had like all these suits in like these cases with elaborate wardrobes, and they had this huge spot on the floor. And it's a Game of Thrones, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, is this some new game or something? I didn't get it. And then right after.
But let's go back. We didn't finish anything with Lord of the
Lord
Flies.
of
That
the
was
Flies.
a good point on Game of Thrones. But Lord of the Flies, all girls.
All girls.
What do we think?
No, fuck
Warner
that.
Brothers.
I talked about this in the panel. First of all, don't bring back Lord of the Flies. All right, I really do believe you're robbing a generation of new content.
make kids read.
Yeah, have them read the book or have them watch the old movie. Make something new. If it's gonna be all females, it's a fucking waste. Just make a new IP with some all female shit and then do it that way. Stop stealing from previous people's work and trying to build on that. Just make something fucking new. Like you're not full ass no more.
They should do Lost Girl Scouts or something like that.
Just do Battle Royale. And Hunger
been done.
Games.
That's been done, too.
To me, and I can't remember all the details. It's been a long time since I either saw the 1990 movie
What the fuck,
or read the book. But it felt like there was a whole bunch of details of it that were very specific to like junior high school boys.
Yeah, it's about boys
and the way
They're like
we
private
pick on
school.
each other in terms of imitating, adults. There was a lot of great themes. It was good, but a lot of it was specific to the boy characters at the time, and you could change it, but
Yeah,
it
but
wouldn't
it'll
get
be
the
weird.
same.
So check it out. This is
Have
being
same mental
written.
cycles.
The article I read was an opinion piece, and it was a woman commenting on these. It's being written by two men,
Yeah.
and they're
We're going to
like-
get shit on because they're men writing about women, of
But
course.
she was like, she was saying, this should stay about the boys. This is about the boys being left on this little island or whatnot, and then their aggression turning on them.
Who's asking for this?
Nobody.
Ain't nobody.
So why don't we just leave it the fuck alone?
It's
Like,
because
who's
because a
counting-
major studio picked this up. Warner Brothers picked this up.
It's some idiot went to the studio and was just like, this is a
they
good
pitched
idea.
it. They pitched it to them.
The masses aren't banging the fucking
No,
drum.
I can tell you why. It's because right now they realize that women are actually watching shows and shit like that. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to play with demographics to see how far they can push it. But we've already
pandering
seen,
to me.
Yeah, it is pandering, and we saw with Ghostbusters. Like nobody really watched it. I mean, some people did, but it didn't do that great. You know what I mean? Because we all knew that you just took something that had four guys in it and just made it with all women. And just like, okay, here you go, take this fucking pile of shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, and then when somebody tries to talk shit about it, they would say that you were sexist. No, you're ripping off of an idea that was not originally. Just make something new with women in it.
It wouldn't
That's
be well
way
done.
more respectful to women than just ripping off of some shit that dudes did. Like I don't understand why ladies are even standing up for this kind of bullshit.
Oh, the
lot-
women I read, they're not.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of
They're
them are
saying this is
calling it out too.
stupid.
Especially with a work of, it's one thing to do a reboot of like an 80s or 70s movie, but it's another thing to do a piece of classic fiction that everybody had to read in literature, and then it's already had 2 film adaptations that were kind of accurate to the book, and now you want to do something that's a bastardization.
Well, that's why I like that A Wrinkle in Time is coming out, because obviously it's an old book, but there was the movie back in the day. I don't remember watching.
I can't even remember that.
I don't think there really was a movie.
Was it a TV show?
No, it was a movie. It was a Disney movie. They released it back in, like,
I think it was
80s.
pretty bad though that I can remember. That one I'm actually okay with them re-releasing, but like ones that are like major releases that a lot of people saw, it's like, dude, can you just stop it? Make some shit for women that is like new and fresh, you know, and don't have somebody like fucking James Cameron shitting on it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Fuck that dude. I'm so mad they did that shit.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
I forgot to read that actual quote.
Well, you know, what they should do is take properties that are like cult classic that had like budget issues and just update those. Like I brought this up a while ago, is the movie Krull. That's a perfect example of a movie that deserves an uplift because it had shitty.
Krull was fucking dope.
It was great, but it had shitty ass effects. It had shitty fucking
back in the
effects.
day though, I liked it.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine it now with the graphics now in the story. It'd be fucking dope. It's funny because Liam Neeson's in that movie.
Oh wow, hold up.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's in the movie. He like disappears. Like he doesn't even die. He just disappears in the movie. But yeah, that's a perfect movie that could totally be remade with much better graffics.
A Wrinkle in Time was a TV film.
Oh, that's what I thought.
It was like probably a Disney weekend.
It was probably on the Walden Network or whatever they used to have. Something nobody watched.
But yeah, we talked. If you want to hear more of our thoughts on some of that stuff, like just watch the panel or listen to the panel because we kind of go over that about how they need to
channel.
they need to just make new content that's just better. Like, don't make a diverse movie for diversity's sake. Make a good movie first of all, and then whoever the fuck happens to be in it is in it. And don't be like, oh well, this person needs to be Asian because he knows kung fu, or this guy needs to be black because he's big, or you know, it's fuck that. Just make a good fucking movie
with photos.
Yeah,
there's tons of
they're totally underrepresented.
I'm telling you.
There's tons of like different books out there that they could like reach out to the author to kind of build the movie off of that.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's dead. He's probably rolling over in his goddamn grave, you know, with this bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a movie that's coming out now. I was super excited until they casted a particular actor. Now I'm not as excited. So it's a movie called Meg. It's based.
Shut up, Meg.
Yeah, it's based on the Megalodon and how it's how the Megalodon evolved over time and why nobody's seen one. And then this guy, he goes in a submersible. He sees like a glimpse of it, and then he gets discredited. 10 years later, it starts going on the attack.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's actually a really cool book, but it's finally being made. They casted Jason Statham in this movie.
I like him though.
Yeah, he's fun and stuff.
He's gonna kick the Megalodon in the face.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Dude, he's gonna do.
He's gonna hit him with a car.
He's gonna transport the Megalodon. So yeah, we'll see how that rolls.
All right, where do you want to go to next?
Well, you were talking about Dagnus. I thought we were going to talk about this, which went down last week.
What happened?
Well, we saw, I don't know if everybody saw this, but a lot of the nation saw about how a nurse resisted a police officer from taking a blood sample from an unconscious.
She didn't even resist. Like, she just said no because it's against policy.
No is the start of
That's not, you can't resist something when it's like literally against policy, and you can't, a police officer in that situation, you can't really do that. Like, you can't be like, you do this or it's breaking the law. No. You can't do that. Like,
you're breaking
that's
the
what
law.
he did. If you've seen the video,
we've seen people get murdered on
For less.
shit that
for less,
unfortunately, and it's sad.
well, especially with like no warrant. I'm sorry. Set it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened with this victim and how he ended up in the
Victim
hospital.
was
car crash.
involved in
Oh,
a car crash.
Yeah.
They were not they were the victim from how I had read it of the actual car crash. So they were not the it wasn't like they were being pursued by the police, from my understanding. I think the police were pursuing somebody else involved with it. And
Holy shit.
From what I had read, and this, I'm going to put a disclaimer out, because when I had read it at the time, I don't know how accurate it was, so I don't want to make sure, I don't know all the complete facts, because with most stuff that you find out on Facebook, Twitter, etc., the actual facts evolve over time.
You'd be speculating.
Exactly. But supposedly, from what I had read at the time, the police officer or something hit this person who was in the hospital during their pursuit. They were, I guess, maybe rendered unconscious or something.
Yeah.
And they were trying to draw a blood sample from the person who was unconscious.
Wow.
They were not a suspect in the case. They were involved.
I thought he was though, because I thought it was a detective, and he was like,
The detective was there, but for the way I had read it at that time, it was anytime there's an incident involving like an officer and a civilian, they'll test the officer to make sure that he's not under the influence of any drugs, just for insurance purposes, like risk management, etc. They do the same thing with whoever was involved, no matter if they were a suspect or whatever, because they want to make sure that, hey, well, this person was drunk or whatever, so maybe they could have possibly erred in judgment. However, in Utah, and then this is where it gets a little bit foggy because I know there's some sort of federal constitutionary type legal paperwork, but it violates the Fourth Amendment in terms of like search and seizure.
Yeah, he couldn't get consent.
He couldn't give consent in that aspect. Now, consent, depending on what it is, and in certain states has fluctuated. Like if you are involved in a motor vehicle accident where you're like in a DUI case or something, and you blast through a fucking playground and you hit a fucking pole and you're unconscious, then I believe at one point in time they were able to take your blood regardless. I don't know how it works now because
you need a warrant for that.
You still technically need a warrant and everything.
If they're unconscious.
Yeah, but there are specific guidelines and laws, and it's very detailed. In most of your police departments, whatever they call it, memorandums, standard operating procedures, whatever the terminology or linguistic word that they use, it's in their policy on how it is that they need to get stuff from a hospital.
Because this happens often.
Because your blood is your property. Your blood, your fluids, your semen, whatever the fuck it is, your shit if you're shitting on carpets, unless
Perked up.
if it's in your home, then it's still your property technically. If you
she
go
comes
shit
over
on
to
a
my
playground or a motel, then you're not maybe as entitled to it as whatever.
If I bet on the shit, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Prodigy. Your carpet gonna be messed up soon.
Well, yeah, so this is one of the problems, though, is that, so normally if you're in an accident like that, and you would go to, well, you probably wouldn't go to jail, you still go to hospital, but he wasn't in police custody. So I think that's where they would have had some sort of rights to, like, that kind of stuff without a warrant, is if they would have arrested him or, like, say that they were in his custody first. But he wasn't. He was just in an accident. So you can't just go in there demanding shit and then expecting them to comply. Especially when, like, the lady called, like, I think, like, 10 different fucking supervisors. And they're all like, no, you can't do that. Because, you're violating patient confidentiality. Like, legit.
The HIPAA,
Yeah. So, and for that guy to get mad and just, like, arrest her for no reason, it's like, dude.
He went off the wall.
Yeah.
And
did he fire him?
Wasn't that dude fat as fuck?
Yeah, he was.
I remember.
he was an old, salty fucking
He's an old
thing.
fat fuck.
And
He's like, woman, you gotta do what I say.
there was some stuff that like really stood out to me, and I don't know if other people had noticed it, but it's this stuff.
Before somebody gets mad when they heard what I just said, I called him an old fat fuck. Normally I don't give a shit if you're overweight, but if you're an officer of the law, I do give a shit. Because you know what it tells me is that if something happens and some shit hits the fan, you're gonna pull that fucking gun first. You can't possibly defend yourself. You ain't fucking running. You ain't doing shit. You're not fit for the fucking job. If your gut is hanging out over your fucking belt, you should not be a police officer. I'm fucking sorry. Actually, I'm not fucking sorry.
Damn.
Get a different fucking job. Get a desk job or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the biggest things for me about any police officer is that if you do not know how to defend yourself, then you should not be on the police force. And I don't give a fuck what argument you could possibly have to me, because you ain't running. The first thing you're gonna do, everything to you is gonna be fucking life threatening. All right, because you can't defend yourself, and you can't run up to somebody. You can't do shit. And so I don't know why any department has somebody that's grossly overweight because you get shit like this.
True.
People that are fucking just drunk with fucking power.
Yeah, because essentially most departments, it's at the discretion of the officer. If you feel you are in fear of your life, then you can use whatever reasonable means to defend or stop the
And
threat.
that's real subjective.
It's highly subjective. And like how you stated before, someone that is not in shape to even defend themselves from minimal threat will possibly use that firearm or whatever as a crutch.
Just to be clear, this nurse in no way threatened this officer.
Agree,
No,
yeah.
she was on the phone, literally talking to
On
supervisors.
the phone talking to supervisors and everything.
And she's saying what the officer does not have. He didn't have an electronic warrant. He didn't have.
And even the guy on the phone, he was like the supervisor, he was like,
he's
yeah,
like, no.
you can't do this
No,
because
he was up to policy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it seem like this guy was just that officer was a scapegoat, but the officer, whoever was in charge of that officer, that supervisor should have been up to date on the policy and should have jumped in. And because I'm sure it was radioed back in the headquarters, hey, nurse is not giving me the sample, et cetera, et cetera. And whoever his supervisor was, the watch commander, probably said, well, no, she's in violation, et cetera, et cetera. So even though we didn't see his commander on tape, he was getting orders from somebody else. In terms of anytime there's a questionable situation, you go up to your sergeant or lieutenant or your watch commander.
But did he tell him like exactly like why they said no? Because I think if he would explain, obviously this is speculation.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that this problem going up the chain explained properly, that it would get to somebody that was intelligent and them still say get the fucking.
They probably were not up to date on their policy in terms of like being up to date on. Oh, all right, this is what is in fact rule and legality right now, and so they all thought that they were in the right. Well, no, we're in the right. We know we're in the right. All right, use force, whatever. Arrest her. She's obstructing justice and everything.
But even still, arresting her, you still ain't getting blood. They could have called the DA for like an emergency warrant or some shit, right? I mean, that would have been the proper way to go.
They would have had an electronic warrant, but apparently he didn't do that. Instead, he chose to arrest her, and she's like screaming and shit. He kept her in the car for like 20 minutes to half an hour.
I'm gonna go in super speculation mode.
Go ahead.
Oh shit! Old ninja speculation mode.
Yeah, I'm gonna go an old ninja thing. And I have no basis on this or whatever. I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall. I think that whatever happened to get that person hurt was done fucked up on the police department's part. Ooh. And they were going to hopefully find that person might have been maybe under the influence or intoxicated or something. That way, when it did go to court, because that shit's going to go to court. You injure a civilian in any sort of emergency situation. That's all legal tape. The departments, the city, whatever's they're on the line, and that's going to be a lawsuit coming to whatever. He probably looked at, all right, the possible way to get out of this situation or to possibly cover our ass is if I can get a sample during this time-sensitive moment where to say maybe they were intoxicated. Because let's say you're running code, and which means you're just going through intersections. Technically, you're allowed to, but you still need to use safety and regulations and common sense if you're running red lights and stuff. Let's say this guy's just running red lights, this officer, and he's just like not paying attention, and he just blasts this person. And even though the officer was using red lights, he technically should have made sure that the other people were yielding to him. So maybe he was just like, fuck. I was going through the intersection at 70 miles an hour in a 35.
You gotta see that dash cam.
We'll all find this out later. That's why I'm in speculation mode, because I don't know any of this shit. I'm not saying for sure.
I was gonna say that I heard that the hospital changed not their policy about releasing records, but like now whenever the police officer is talking to the police officer aren't allowed to talk to staff members anymore. They have to wait for like somebody higher up, and they can't do it in a public area. Like they have to go away because this whole thing happened where all the patients were, where everybody could see, and
let it be in a public
recording. But no, they're changing their policy where they have to go somewhere else, so they're not in visible view of other people.
If we didn't get this on tape, we wouldn't have talked about the shit.
Exactly.
And that's even though we are in a culture and a society where everything's recorded, and we call it millennial culture, where everyone's pulling out their phones and Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram and stuff. But this is bringing a light on a lot of stuff that we would have never had any knowledge about. And if you think about it, going back in law enforcement, the first time we actually saw some crazy shit go down on tape was Rodney King.
Yes, that's true.
And if you had and I'm sure there were Rodney King incidents that happened before that. That was just the first time where we actually saw it in person. We're just like, holy shit.
It was on the news constantly.
Exactly. We actually put a visual reference to what is being told. Same thing with the Ray Rice situation, where domestic violence has been going on for God knows how motherfucking long.
Since cavemen.
Yes. But when they actually saw this 200-pound person wallop a 5'4", 400-pound girl, everyone fucking lost their goddamn minds, and they couldn't fucking fathom it because they actually, oh shit, this actually really happens. I seen it.
Yeah, where were they when Mike Tyson smacked the shit out of Robin Givens?
We're going way off. Hold the fuck on. I know we want to get in. You want to get in on?
Well, hold on. I want to do one last thought first on this. So I don't want to get this all like seem like we're shitting on the police officers, because I actually have a lot of friends that are police officers and stuff like that, and sheriffs and shit like that. So one of the things I always like to say is that, look, police officers have bad days, right? And the thing that's different between my bad day or, a civilian's bad day and a police officer's bad day is that, hey, you fuck up on a TPS report, nobody gives a fuck. There's no real fucking consequences, right? You fuck up as a police officer, there's dire consequences. Yes. All right, so just think about that. I mean, this guy, obviously he was clearly in the wrong, but we don't know what led up to his bad day. And I still always go back to, I really wish that they had mandatory time off for shit with police officers, like the military does, and they're still not doing it. I think that's a way that we can fix part of these police officer problems.
Can I say something really quickly?
Yeah.
I want to say it too.
Corrects me if I'm wrong, though. I don't think he was in like a uniform. He felt like he was.
He was
like
a detective.
They're not all like that. No.
Yeah, it didn't feel like he was like a beat cop.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying too.
So he's a detective. He definitely shouldn't have been doing it. Well, I think he's a detective.
And to
Needs a
piggyback
warrant,
on
though.
to piggyback on what you said, I believe he was in the wrong. Him personally, I mean, we encounter people every day in customer service, whatever it is that we do. He does not represent the entire Salt Lake City, I guess, police department.
Of course not.
Just him and what his actions did, I believe, was very wrong. And like you also said, they're under a highly stressful situation. And just to also give the flip side of the coin, they have a bad day at work, they might not come home to their family.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a big.
Lou, you had one last one.
Well, I was just piggyback off what Stitch said about this video being released. We get to see all this stuff, but I guess you learned something from this video too, that if you're unconscious, like a police officer can't take your blood without a warrant. I always just thought that a police officer can't go to your glove box or your trunk if they don't have a warrant, like what Jay-Z said. So
It's different, but that's a different.
It's a whole different animal. All right, get in here with that.
All right, the next portion of our podcast is brought to you by GameFly.
GameFly.
That's right. What is GameFly? It's better than Netflix. I'm just saying it's better than Netflix because you know what? They got movies too, and they got games that'll last way longer than a movie. Because you watch a movie once, twice, 3 times, usually good, right?
Yep.
Play a game for way longer than that. Though you can watch a movie for 10 times, and you still got games left for one game. I'm just saying. So basically, what GameFly does is they're a game rental service, but what they do is say you'll write down like a list of games you want to play. Like say you want to play like Destiny 2 or Madden 2018 or I don't know, like the new Crash Bandicoot or something like that, or new Uncharted,
Or watch Wonder Woman.
but you don't got hundreds of dollars. All you got is maybe $20 a month.
Preach on.
All right, say you can afford $20 a month. They got you covered. All right, you give them your $20 a month, and what they do is they send to you the first game on your list. Say you got Destiny 2. They send you that game. You play that game. Say you're done with that game. You're like, all right, I beat this game, and I'm good. You send it back to GameFly. They send you the next game on your list, and you play that game. All right, so it's a great service if you're a gamer on a budget, or just a gamer that maybe doesn't play, that takes a long time to play games or something like that, and you want to watch some movies, because you can get a lot of value out of this service.
Yep.
So some new games that are coming out. There's a new Dishonored remastered Dishonored that's coming out. There's a new Mario and Luigi. Also on the movie side, Wonder Woman's coming out. I think it's in like 2 weeks on the 19th of September. The new Mummy, the movie that nobody watched, is coming out. Dragon Ball 2 Universe for the Nintendo Switch is coming out. Basically, GameFly has games. They have over 8,000 new and used games, all on basically every console. And say you play a game that you like a lot, like say you played Destiny 2 and you just want to keep that game, you thought it was dope, you can. You just pay the used price, and then they send you the box art, and they send you your next game out of the queue. It's a pretty awesome service. So yeah, if you go to GameFlyOffer.com. Oh, actually, if you don't even have a console, they still got you covered. So say you only got like a smart TV or a Fire TV or something like that, you can stream games with GameFly.
Whoa.
This is the future, y'all. This is the future. All right, so if you go to GameFlyOffer.com/BTI, you will get your first month of subscription service on us. That's right. They will send you a game for free for a month on us. Once again, that is GameFlyOffer.com/BTI. And now on with our discussion about Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Oh, Ninja, you got the shirt on. Let's talk about it.
Destiny 2.
I don't know why you pointed at me, because I'm not the one who waited in line to pick up the game when it was released.
You got the shirt
I didn't
on.
either.
I do have the shirt.
I did that shit.
Yeah, Prodigy did though.
But there was a great turnout. It actually felt like some of the old days of midnight releases only was at 9 p.m. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, because it's midnight across them. Well, you got it. You were skeptical at first, but you bought it anyway, and you pre-ordered pre-ordered.
I did.
So what did you think?
So far, and I'm super early in, so this is going to be an ongoing review thing that we'll probably talk about for several weeks. So far, so good for me. This felt excellent with the gameplay. It feels newish to me. It's been a long time since I played Destiny because that was only at launch, really. And
But that update, though.
The update took a long time, but that's fine.
It's like 6 gigs. I'm like, bro, can you just play the fucking game?
Yeah, it took a while, but I like the lore right off the bat. The space lore was something that I have been missing since shitty ass Mass Effect.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Andromeda. Yeah, I got a digital download. So I downloaded it a day early, and then it unlocked at 9. It was actually super busy at first. There was a little bit of issue, but within a few minutes, I was already on and playing through the campaign. This has everything that Destiny, when it originally launched, should have had, where it had all these huge, expansive areas that had secrets and hidden missions, and
how many hours in are you? Just so we know.
I don't know how many hours.
Approximately, motherfucker.
Approximately, I would say 8 to 10.
Okay, all right.
So, and I'm not even close to finishing the story. It's interesting now because
That's what we all did the first time.
Yeah,
and then it ended.
Well, there's things that they changed, I think rightfully so. Like in the first game, you could literally play all these other activities without even touching the story. In this one, you need to play the story to actually unlock other activities in the world.
Yeah, because I remember in the first one, you can go off to other missions and rank up your points in hella high, and then go back to the storyline and just fucking murder everything. When you
can.
Not so.
OP.
Yeah, you can. It's a little different than this one. Like you need to hit that level in order to move forward. And if you don't play the story, you'll miss out on some of the major activities, like the strikes, nightfall, and then they have challenges. Like if you do not complete the stories, those missions do not become available to you. You'll be stuck in this little low tier, and those missions that become available to you are actually affect the social area because you miss out on buying gear that will help your character out if you don't do these story missions. So there's things that they encourage within the game, which is still great. I'm still pretty early on because apparently the level cap is 20, but the light level is I think 200 or something like that. And
explain that. I forget these details. How did that work again?
You basically, your armor determines your power level, and then your level determines what kind of gear you can get.
Yeah,
so you'll be capped at 20, but you can have gear that makes you feel like you're 200?
Yes,
Is that how it
you
works?
can have gear that it's actually over 200 now, because people were thinking it's 200. It's over 200.
What was it for Destiny 1?
It was
at first it was 30.
Nah, I think it was first 20 to 25. Maybe.
No, I think
I couldn't remember.
I think the level it capped at 20, but then the light armor brought you up to 30 or 40.
Maybe.
But then they expanded it past that, I believe.
Yeah, no, it first went to 20 to 25. That's what the light was, and then they capped it to 37, and then they brought it up to 40.
Okay.
That was the final level cap. This is definitely a very social game. You can play through it by yourself, but it'll take you longer, and you get hoarded on.
Are you talking specifically about the campaign portion or the other sections?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. For instance, public events. Now public events are on the map, and they have a timer, and they'll let you know when they're happening. So you can hit different spots on any world on the map. You can try doing it by yourself, but without other people helping you, you're gonna have a hard time trying to finish it, even if you're even at a high level.
Are they 3-man raids?
No, the raid has not. So the raid has not been unlocked yet. They're waiting for the community to everyone hit level cap, and then you can start doing the raid, which will be released I think in a week or two.
What's the non-campaign co-op section that I'm having?
The freeform. Freeform is no. So freeform, they call them adventures, which I thought was patrol, but patrol is actually still in the game. You have to unlock patrol.
But hold on, I'm sorry. What are they? Teams of 3 again?
Yes, it is a team of 3.
Okay,
you bust through a team of 3. The co-op is 3. There's no 4-player stuff, but I highly recommend that you try to squad up with someone, and it gives you the opportunity in the social areas or even in the world itself. You can signal people with emotes and stuff and try to squad up or whatnot. You could go it alone. It'll probably take you a little longer. like what they added with the other expansions, there's a lot of hidden shit on each world. Like you can literally discover missions versus taking on missions if you're just exploring.
All right,
and
Carlos, get in here real quick. I'm sorry. Get it.
So far for me, this feels like DLC. Sorry, I'm still pretty early on. I just got to like the first like city or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, you're still pretty early.
Feels like DLC to me.
It's a $60 game.
Yeah,
it's
it's $60
$60.
game. It probably ended up costing me $3 million, but
God damn. So you're not feeling anything different, huh?
It's exactly so far. It's exactly the fucking same. There's nothing different. There's not. I'm sorry. There was dogs.
Well, as far as enemies, yeah, there
was dogs. Other than that, it's exactly the fucking same. It feels like DLC. So if I get past like 5 hours, it's the same.
Okay.
Somebody's getting a free game. So
wow.
Yeah, I'm not feeling anything. It's literally exactly the same. Anybody tries to argue that with me, especially so far, I'll be glad to hear the argument. Like maybe later on it changes, but so far.
What level did you unlock the social area yet?
I got to a city, so I forget like the first city or some shit that's like near the shard of the fucking whatever his name.
Oh,
is.
the little town, the shanty town type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm super early on. Like I said,
you're still probably early on.
but it still feels the same. Like
What did you want it to feel like?
Like the very
for the first
time.
hours. Yeah.
like put in some new shit. I mean, like a new enemy would be nice, not just the same enemy.
Yeah, but think about it. How many game sequels usually contain the same type of enemies? Like, look at Uncharted. You're still fighting mercenaries. Gears of War, you're still fighting the Horde for 4 fucking games.
Yeah, different kind of enemies though. But
No, well, yeah, they did. So, okay,
We're talking
you are
human
still
stuff.
pretty
I
early on.
mean, I'm not a Halo guy, but in
Halo, you're fighting the Covenant. They added like a new faction. So there is something. You're still. I want to know what level you're at.
I'm probably level 0 right now. I'm in the very early on.
Oh, you're super early. Okay,
I lost the light and all that shit, but it's just like, dude.
Yeah, you got to keep playing that.
I'll keep playing, but there ain't a whole lot of shit new.
I want to know what your thoughts are when you hit level 10.
Well, I'll see. Like I said,
Or 10 to 15.
I'll give it some time, but it's just like so far it's just DLC right now.
You're pretty negative on it right now. It sounds.
Yeah,
Right now.
well, so
Yeah.
when I first started playing, like the crew I was playing with, they said the exact same thing. As we got higher up, they're like, oh, this is different. This is kind of different. Oh, I got to do something else. We're doing public events, which we used to do all the time, and we're like, oh shit, this actually has shit that we need to work together with to beat it. It was definitely, the mechanics were slightly different.
Maybe it's
different actually overall.
Maybe it's because it's literally been, I guess, 4 years since I played Destiny, and I was so underwhelmed that first time. It feels different slightly. I mean, I like the cinematography or the cinematic cutscenes in the very beginning and whatnot, but they could be the exact same enemies that I have just literally forgotten.
Yeah,
they are
the Cabal.
So you two,
I can't remember.
So
I really can't.
You two have not hit the new enemies. I don't
I'm
want to give
even
it away.
earlier than him, probably. Because I haven't hit a big city yet.
Okay.
You haven't hit the social area?
No.
Oh, yeah,
I'm super early on.
You're super early on. So neither.
But I've been impressed so far in terms of I watched I blocked it out of my memory, everything that fucking happened 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It was just I literally remember.
Really 4 years ago?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Wow.
So you two have not seen the new enemy factions then?
Okay.
So there's an enemy faction that came with one of the DLCs that kind of migrated over, and since you two did not get that far, you have not seen those enemies.
It better not be some bullshit like just a different kind of Vex. Because that's basically what this one is. Just they're like a ball, but the red whatever.
The old enemies, yes, they look different. They have like slightly new things, but there will be for you two a new enemy faction that's actually really difficult no matter what level you are.
Surprisingly, I'm on board. I'm curious about the.
It's 3 years ago.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a few.
But I'm
years.
curious about the size of this, the scope and scale. That was my biggest knockdown of Destiny 1. I hated the fact that I beat the game in co-op with people in 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, it will take you a while. It takes a while to level up. That's the one thing I was kind of surprised when I'm playing through with my old crew. They're trying to speed run like they did the first one and realizing it doesn't work that way anymore.
Who speed runs shit out off the bat? That's weird.
You'd be surprised. There's so many people.
Weird.
They will try to speed run through every mission. They will. They will not fire a shot. They're just trying to get to the end. And when they realize they can't do that, then they get mad. I'm like, dude, this is not the old game anymore. You have to actually do shit. Like, there are points where you have to do certain things to actually unlock a new area. Without doing it, you'll be kind of stuck.
It's like rabbit fucking some good pussy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm just getting mine.
Yeah, no. I want to actually hear when
I'm gonna
Cronus-
generalize. That's what all speedrunners do.
Yeah,
y'all
I
can't fuck.
Damn.
Little dick motherfuckers.
Damn.
Speedrunners can't
Yeah.
fuck. That's a quote.
No
Yeah.
fucking deep dick game at all.
Yeah.
So far, I'm having the exact. I'm feeling it like. At first, I was like Cronus. I was like, this feels. Everyone was saying this feels like DLC until I got higher levels and whatnot. I'm like, oh, this is different. I actually have to like figure out this new system and how things are actually different, and realize there's new rules to this new world.
Okay.
So I'm kind of in your boat more so now, Prodigy, about how I feel in the game. I'm liking it a lot more now that I'm higher level. I'm not even level capped.
My boat has Fudas, so I mean.
Oh, well, I mean, your character could technically be Fuda, depending on what you did. I don't know what you did.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some big old. Girl.
This dude. So, yeah, I want to know Cronus is taking like a week once he hits level 15.
Yeah, I'll give it some time.
We should squad up.
I'll try.
Play together.
We got down.
I gotta play it late. Well, not late, I guess. After like 8 or 9. So.
So you guys have like a scoring yet for it since it's still kind of early.
Yeah, it's a little early.
At least for me. It's way too early.
Because I literally just unlocked like major activities today.
Are you two, Blue and Stitch, potentially getting it, or are you both on the fence?
Nah, the Uncharted is on my
Lost
next.
Legacy?
That's on my next.
I thought you been had that, no?
No.
Oh, shit.
I was going to. I just didn't busy with work. But
Dude,
that's the next thing on my
you'll
list
like
to
that one.
play. Yeah,
It's nice.
I know I like it. I'm excited to play that.
I might pick it up because I enjoyed the first one, even though it was short, and I squatting up with people and doing the what was it, not the glass house.
Oh, the Vault of Glass?
Yeah, the vault of glass.
yeah.
Like being able to complete that shit, and I had that Steam helmet thing going on for a week.
Dude, Vault
That
of
shit's pretty
Glass.
fucking dope.
Vault of Glass is probably the hardest raid like I've ever played.
But then also it was fun doing the whole fucking mining for shit, like just sitting there waiting for like hordes of monsters to come out and killing them right there, and then running in, grabbing all kind of loot and shit.
Yeah, the looting shit, it's totally different now. It's much more streamlined.
That shit was
Way
so much
different.
fun though.
Is that even yes? I don't even know.
But yeah,
What is going on in the goddamn chat?
I might pick it up. I might.
Okay, you're on the fence.
Yeah, that's because I've been burned by too many games lately, and I'm like, you know what? I might sign up for GameFly.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
What were you saying?
What's going on with Black Twitter? Why is Black Twitter mad now?
Oh, shit.
Who has this one? I don't know the details.
Talk about Todrick.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He almost said Podrick.
Yeah, I almost did say Patrick. I was like, wait, this ain't Game of Thrones? God damn it. All right, so there's this dude by the name of Todrick Hall who's got Black Twitter all mad, and black people in general just all in a tizzy.
Who is Todrick?
Todrick, he was actually on a show. I forget what show he was on.
He was on the.
He's on Drag Race, isn't he?
No.
Oh, it was a drag show. Yeah, it was with what's his name?
RuPaul's thing.
Yeah, I think he won.
Drag Race.
Actually.
And then for those that don't know, Black Twitter is not like blacktwitter.com. It's just like
That's subculture of Twitter.
a subculture of loud people of
Damn.
African American or black descent.
Not
that
always
just,
black?
yeah, some of them.
just happen to be just loud
go
about
ahead.
whatever's aggravating them.
Why they mad?
This guy is apparently a good dancer. He's gay. He's been on Beyonce's videos before as a choreographer. He's actually been in the video as well as like a dancer. And so he was on a video. Oh, he's on a
Taylor Swift.
music video for Taylor Swift.
Okay.
And apparently Black Twitter was just like blowing up, talking all kinds of hateful shit against him.
Why?
Did he do anything in the video? That was
He dances.
Just a choreographer.
Just normal dancing.
He barely. Oh yeah, I guess he does.
He does dance.
choreograph.
Yeah.
I got to too.
And so they said, let me bring up something real quick, like what they were saying. It was like really, really fucking just vile shit.
So it's all based on him being in the video. Nothing with the content of the video was offensive or anything like that.
I haven't seen the video.
I watched the video.
Was there like some sort of shots at Beyonce? Because I
No.
thought it was. I heard the Beehive was supposedly.
He's a
salty.
dancer in the
Okay.
video, but like, there's nothing like that seemed even vaguely Beyonce like
Oh, okay.
in the video. So I didn't.
And he's not
understand.
doing any dances that are weird.
Well, no, he's doing-
They're just mad that he's a black
Just
man is dancing in a Taylor Swift
just normal dancing
Yeah,
for him.
They totally ignored the white guys that were in the video because there was like a bunch of dudes that were in there, but they're all gay dudes that were in there with like fucking high heels and stockings and shit.
And doing the background dancing.
Yeah, and they were like, God damn it! I had a really good article that I think I posted to you guys.
Fuck is
People that were just
why are
talking
they so
all
salty?
kinds of shit,
But what was the sense of why they were mad? Just because he was in there?
just because he had a white friend.
Wow.
Yeah, basically.
White
because-
gay friend or I'm
No,
confused. Like, what
because
Taylor Swift.
he's a friend of Taylor Swift, like in real life, like
Okay.
their friend.
So they're mad that he is friends with Taylor Swift
And
and,
that he's-
Taylor Swift's white.
Well,
Yeah.
they were mad also that he was in Beyonce's videos and he's choreographed some of her videos, and then he shows up in Taylor Swift.
This is some stupid beehive shit.
And
is what we're
apparently,
saying.
I guess there's some kind of thing with.
This doesn't even sound like specific black Twitter.
That's
this
because
sounds like beehive.
When I
bullshit.
mentioned that, I was like, I thought I'd heard something about it, but I was like, I ain't got time. I switched the radio
Well,
station.
they were saying that she copied a lot of stuff from Beyonce. Like,
Copied what?
Not really. This
Yeah,
is
but
where
that's
he's
the
at,
thing.
right?
It's the same choreographer, and it's this dude.
Was it the same move or
Well,
same
no, I
dance
think
step?
I think it's mainly the way she looks. 'Cause she looks like
some Bring It On type stuff?
she looks like the girl when she did the put a ring on it with the whole little hey lady thing.
Oh.
I think that's what it is. But then also there's a scene where
Are we going to
Taylor
have to do
Swift,
a react to this Taylor
might
Swift
have to.
video?
But
Fuck.
there's a scene where Taylor Swift is
God damn it.
she's smashing stuff with a bat, and people was like, "Oh, she's copying
She was,
Beyonce
I
from
thought she was
Lemonade."
just swinging it around. I watched it today.
I've
Yeah.
Just swinging the bat around.
Yeah, she wasn't.
God
people were
damn.
saying that she was trying to copy Beyonce and stuff.
research purposes, I'm going to have to watch
I didn't
this
get that.
video
I
later.
actually wasn't that too impressed with the video, but
I'm not impressed with the fucking song.
Listen to the shit that some people said about this
Go ahead.
dude. So he said, "Congrats, Todrick, on losing your black card when you joined Taylor Swift's white girl Death Eater cult."
Wow.
Death Eater?
Oh,
What?
did you hear the other one where they said that Todrick is always looking for white acceptance?
Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
And it said that he said, Jesus Christ. One, Taylor Swift is fucking ugly. Two, why is Todrick Hall in this? Baby, I'm ashamed of you. Three, why are the black people and the whites separated? They weren't. Like, if you look right here.
You got question number one,
They're
right?
all right in there.
The
Like,
rest
they're
are
all
kinda
together.
whatever.
Yeah, it's just fucking weird.
Can I, before you read another one, can I just throw one thing in there? I don't know anything about choreography or whatever. Has he worked with, let's say, Lady Gaga?
He's worked with.
I
He's
believe
done a lot
so.
of work.
I mean, because
Yeah.
it seems like to me a choreographer probably has worked with a bunch of stars. If you're on the level of being in a Beyonce video and doing choreography for Beyonce, I would assume Lady Gaga and Riri, a whole bunch of other stars of that caliber he's worked with.
Dude, if
why
you're-
all of a sudden now for this one?
If you're the best, artists want the best. So they would come to you and be like, "Hey, I need you to do either choreograph my video or be in my video."
Then sign that dude to a fucking contract.
Well,
Don't sign him per fucking video. Fucking sign him a deal. Be like, you're my guy. I'm gonna pay you this salary. You stick with me.
He's his own artist too, though. That's another
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, he's
So
a
he's not going to
rapper.
just sign with somebody. Yeah.
Well, if
he
they're
can work
mad
whatever he
about it,
wants, yeah.
well, yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, so if he's his own entity, then it's like, if you want me, you hire me for your shoot, but I'm gonna work with someone else, and you can't get
This
mad
is
about
some
that.
dumb
Yeah,
shit.
and he also, some people were saying that how Taylor Swift was making him a prop in the video. But
Well,
it's
yeah, I heard about it.
What about all the other dudes that were in that video that were not just? There was a lot of other dudes in that video. Are we saying that backup dancers are now just props in the video?
Yeah.
The video holes now.
Especially if they're the one teaching the artist to dance.
Yeah.
We do like reacts to all kinds of music videos with background dancers and whatnot. None of this makes any fucking sense to me.
The one thing I'm surprised people aren't talking about is that Taylor Swift has an ass in that video. There's a scene where the scene before that, the one where the controversy is when she's walking in, dude, she has an ass. I'm like, wait, Swizzle's got a booty?
I think that's smoke and mirrors, bruh.
Well, it probably is, but I'm just saying,
that's some
nobody's
CGI.
So she
nobody's
actually
complaining about it.
did kind of grow an ass. Yeah, so I had the same question, and I had to look it up in like pictures and stuff. I don't know if she's just doing squats or whatever.
Me and
Like, look
Stitch
at-
looking at each other like skeptical
Look at those
Negroes.
thighs right there. She's got that.
you
that
got
absolute
one
territory.
strike on you because you were trying to say that Electra had an ass.
No,
or
that was
something.
me. That was me.
you. Okay,
That
so
was
you
me.
got a strike. You got one strike on you.
I was confused. Whoa, that looks.
No, it's pretty small right there. There's a couple of pictures.
I mean,
where,
it looks like there
like,
might
this is
be
basically
some.
She trying too
nothing.
hard. No.
Oh yeah, see in that white, that's
trying
nothing.
so hard.
What's that in that?
That don't do nothing for me.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work for
Why
me.
you Swift hated, man? Why you Swift hated?
My palm's got a better ass.
Oh, that's
Damn!
Oh. That might be the.
Yeah, the ass surgery ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
But
it's not.
the shitting, and I didn't know this guy.
Get that broomstick off my street.
Todrick, yeah.
God damn.
Todrick don't deserve hate for doing his job. That's
Let that man cash his checks.
This is like just some vile
Right?
shit. People hating on somebody that's doing his job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like he's not there for your fucking entertainment. You know what I mean?
Beehive, if
Actually,
you're listening to me right
entertainment.
now,
I was like, wait a minute.
Well, he's not there to make them happy.
if the Beehive can hear me right now, you are one strike
Hey,
away.
man.
I don't give a fuck.
Nah, do it.
Yeah, do it.
Stitch gives no fucks about the Beehive.
Yeah.
You are one strike away from being called a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
One strike away
Damn,
for
I
us
like it.
putting cluster bombs on your ass.
Oh.
I give no fucks. Send drones in, strike you motherfuckers. One more stupid bullshit Twitter drama. You are a terrorist organization by
Love
me.
it. Love it. That's at Hey Stitch on.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this dude, he's worked with professionals.
I'm sure.
For his adult life. So if they want the best, they go seek the best.
That don't
I
make
don't
no
understand
sense.
why you got to get mad.
Getting hyped over video.
You can't mad because he's teaching white folks to dance.
You know what?
I don't
Misha
understand.
watches like 50-11 really terrible dance shows, like So You Think You Can Dance and
Yeah.
Dance Off and other
Yeah,
bullshit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Every single one of them has plenty of black choreographers dancing with white pop stars or white.
It's how you
white
build
kids
your
or whatever.
resume, isn't it?
This is
like saying I've worked with this person and this person and this
Yeah,
person.
and I
would
did
think
this
that's how
and this. Like these were
Yeah.
my moves
Yeah.
that I taught them
Yeah.
that
It's-
made this video hot.
In many ways, it's different hats, but it's like a producer. Be like, I produce for Jay-Z, Kanye,
Rick Rubin.
Beyonce,
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. If you can say, I've produced for a plethora of people, that looks better on you, and more people, that gets more business for yourself.
There you go.
That's why you hating on that man's hustle.
God damn. Cake Man said she got an ass like an IHOP 2-stack.
Yes.
Love it.
Every deal.
With no blueberry.
All right.
It's not, hey, not everybody's got an ass. I mean, that's just the way it is.
This is true.
She ain't got
This
no
is true.
But you can do some squats, though. I'm just.
Yeah. Don't just fall off. If you got a pencil dick, don't be fucking trying to send dick pics. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, years ago, we used to talk about ashy dick pics.
Yes.
We still do. What you talking about?
Well, now we call them speedrunners. I mean, let's be clear.
I hadn't even heard that name.
I haven't heard that. That's
Well,
the
you
new
were just
one.
talking about it.
You just
Speedrunners
mentioned
not giving
speedrunners
not giving
being-
the good dick.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like ashy dick pics.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Got
now.
lost. Let's go on. Star Wars, another huge Disney property. Got a big movie at the end of the year. Stitch has never heard of it though, I guess.
Nah.
No.
You know about that
Spaceballs?
Leia, though.
Space- Are we talking about Spaceballs?
No. Star
Spaceballs-
Wars.
Talking about your Lord and Master.
That's a great
Jabba the Hutt.
movie. Spaceballs is epic.
So we've heard quite a bit about like DCEU director changes. Star Wars has a big one that just got announced literally yesterday. Colin Trevorrow.
Kaepernick?
Yeah. Colin Trevorrow
Hey, bro,
from
Star Wars matters.
Damn.
I think from Jurassic World fame.
Yeah, he's from Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jurassic World fame. So a big director. He may not be a household name, but a big director.
He ain't that big. He lost to Star Wars. Trying to switch teams, and he still pulled it out.
Damn.
He got the fucking boot. And this is for episode. This is
Episode
Roman
9.
numerals is 9. Okay. I had to check. I didn't want to get that switch.
Yeah, it's like 50-11.
Yeah.
Fucking 9.85.
Yeah, 9.85. What do we? Old Ninja, get in here. You are a big Star Wars fan. Are you in favor of this firing?
Yeah, I actually am. Fuck this dude. Fuck them dinos.
God damn.
Fuck
why?
this dude.
Why
New
you so
director.
mean?
I wasn't like, I thought Jurassic World was cool, but I didn't think it was the end all be all. And there, not only that, there's like famous directors that are friends to Lucas and the Star Wars franchise. They've worked with ILM, and I think they should have a crack at, the Star Wars universe. I mean, we're getting Ron Howard, who's worked with Lucas and ILM before when he did Willow back in the day.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, and so personally, where is Spielberg? Spielberg should have. I know he did work on Episode 3. Yes, he worked worked on episode 3.
You know where he's at?
I know he's doing Ready Player One, but
He's also making shitty ass Transformers movies. People let that shit fucking
he's
slide
not-
all the time.
He's producing, not
he's
directing.
part of that. He's attached to that
He is
pile
attached,
of fucking bullshit.
But he's not. He's directing Ready Player One. I think he should be directing.
I'm just saying,
episode 9.
He is questionable at best right now.
When he's producing,
Didn't he direct the latest Indiana Jones movie?
the last one, yeah,
Crystal Skull.
Crystal Skull.
yeah,
was some
he did.
Wait, but let's fact check that.
I was on board with that movie till the end when there's like a flying saucer. I was like,
Yeah,
"Bitch, get
that
the
was all
fuck outta
bad.
here."
Let's fact check that.
Yeah,
Did
but-
Spielberg really direct that one?
Yes, he did. He was director.
shit.
But the thing was, like, the movies after that were nominated for Oscars.
All right, well, but anyway, if he's busy, he's busy.
If he's busy, he's
They were
busy. But
nominated,
there's
but did they win? Brie Larson won. We still don't know who the fuck she is.
actually that movie War Horse. It won an Oscar for something. I can't remember.
Nobody watched that fucking movie.
I watched it. It was actually really fucking good.
You ain't seen The Room, though.
You know what? Fuck your couch. I ain't seen it yet, but shit. Anyway, also, like, we still got directors like Guillermo del Toro.
No.
We need sci-fi guys.
Yeah,
Isn't he a horror dude?
He's done horror. He's done romance. He's done.
He's done sci-fi though.
Go ahead. You don't like. You don't like.
I mean, I like him, but I don't think that.
Wait, you're Trevor now or Del Toro?
No, for Guillermo del Toro. I think he's good for like certain kinds of stuff, but I think his style of like monster making would clash with George Lucas' style of monster making. So.
Well, now it's Kathleen Kennedy because she's all things Lucasfilm. But still, I mean, yeah, they still confer with Luke. He's like a consultant, but still, I think they can still get another director that's up there and could knock it out of the park. I mean, Rogue One had director issues as well and editing issues, and look what we still got. We still got something still great. We have yet to see the Han Solo solo film.
I forgot about that bullshit.
But that's going to be a Ron Howard film, and it's a part of the Star Wars universe. So I'm actually more hopeful now that we get someone that we all feel will be comfortable finishing out this new trilogy.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I will indicate that I trust Disney when it comes to Star Wars again, even after the prequel bullshit with episode 1, 2, and 3.
That wasn't them though.
Yeah, I don't think they own the.
They
did not know. You're right. You're right. They didn't. You're right. But I trust that this is going to be done right because Rogue One and because Force Awakens did very well financially and were good movies.
See,
overall.
look, this is Colin Trevorrow's resume of movies. There's 6 movies, all directed by him. 2 of them. So the first one's Home Base, which is a short.
No, nobody see that.
The Reality Show, which is a documentary. Gary Under Crisis, which is a TV movie.
What are these? What is
Safety Not Guaranteed, and then Jurassic World.
For last one sound like a porn.
And then, his new movie coming out this year will be The Book of Henry.
Okay,
Actually, I think that's already out, and I think it did shit.
Jurassic World was the only one people saw.
Exactly.
So, okay.
But not enough.
Yeah. Oh,
Not enough.
Yeah.
Stitch.
So, this makes me more hopeful that they're going to get a director that I'm going to be excited about.
All right, we'll stay up.
Fuck your dinos. Fuck this dude.
You want
with the show?
You want to stick with Disney for
Fuck
just one more? You want to stick with Disney for one more issue?
Sure. What we got?
We talked about this a little bit, but this is brand new. Billy Magnuson is a brand new character that's going to be in Disney's Aladdin. Brand new white character is going to be in Disney's Aladdin, and some people on the internet are having problems with it, but this character was not, I repeat, not in the 1993 Aladdin animated film. This brand new character. What do we think?
So he's not in the original fable or story or whatnot, I guess.
I don't know about that, motherfucker. I'm talking about the 93 film with Robin Williams that we all fucking know.
I gotta look him up. What's Billy Magnuson look like?
I don't give a fuck.
Apparently, I've heard that.
He's white,
actor's
so
name.
nobody, everybody's gonna shit on him. But it's selective outrage, right? It's like I said, we've had all these movies recently that have just changed, ethnicities for whatever to fit stereotypes. Nobody gives a fuck. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, you make somebody white in the Middle East, and they're like, oh my god, I'm up in arms. Meanwhile, the original movie was mostly white actors.
Oh, certainly. The voice actors, certainly.
Yeah.
I will say, I think the original movie with for the cartoon version, I I just don't necessarily know if you need a new character, period.
He's a villain.
Regardless of race, I don't think you need a new prince, I guess is what he's supposed to be.
He's a prince?
Yeah, he's supposed to be another prince. Maybe a rival of Aladdin or something like that.
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe Aladdin takes his identity.
But how is it whitewashing when there's only like one white character?
I don't consider it white unless if you're making him the main character or the hero of it, then I'm going to tilt my head and side-eye the fuck out of you.
Is Aladdin
but if he
white?
just happens
Is
to
Jasmine white?
yeah, if he happens to just be a rival prince or whatever, and if he's an enemy or whatever the fuck, the antagonist or whatever, then
Jafar?
He's not Jafar.
Maybe Jafar's homeboy or something. Then I don't care.
Yeah, if he's the voice of the parrot.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not mad because I'm like, why are white people on my screen right now? I'm not that person.
Damn.
No, but it seems
Why
like
do they still exist?
Yeah, it seems like some people are mad about that shit, but it makes no sense to me. Like, if I want Aladdin to be good, and I'll watch it, and I hope it's good when I do watch it. I don't care about the races of side characters and everything. Maybe on me, I expect Aladdin to be of Middle Eastern descent or background, but the rest of the characters that aren't like side whatever, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care if it's diverse. I don't care if they got Filipinos in fucking.
Do you want
Aladdin.
them changing like the core story
I don't want-
drastically from the animated movie?
It's to me, as long as there's 3 wishes, there's a genie, there's Aladdin, Jasmine,
Jafar.
Gotta have that tiger, bro.
and Jafar. I don't care. And Apu.
It looks kind of douchey. I'm just
Yeah, I was looking it up. I was like,
It's a little iron fisty.
sorry, man. You look kind of douchey.
yeah. So maybe there. Yeah, he cast as the villain.
They don't say what his
Maybe he'll
role
get
is
punched in
gonna
the
be.
face. He looks very
I thought it
punchable.
was some kind of prince something or rival.
Well, he was a
prince
prince in because he was in the Into the Woods.
Fuck that fucking movie.
I've never seen any of those. I was looking at his IMDb. I was like, I don't know any of these shits.
Well, and I'm gonna also confess. Did any of us see like Beauty and the Beast?
I did.
Yo.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, I saw Beauty and the Beast and Maleficent because I thought
I saw
Maleficent was great. Beauty and the Beast was like, I don't know.
I was,
Okay.
well,
Say
I
my Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and Beast
Wasn't
made a
it
shit
hot,
ton of
though?
money.
What about Jungle Book too?
I saw
see
Jungle
Jungle
Book.
Book.
Jungle
I
Book was
wanted
fucking
to see
good.
Jungle
I mean, they're
Book.
doing every single one of these,
Yeah.
animated ones and turning them into live action.
They're making
They've
money
had a
off
lot of
it. So,
success.
yeah, they're just
Yeah.
gonna recycle the same shit and just
True.
live action all.
Yeah,
their-
because they live action Cinderella. Did that already drop, or they in the
No, I don't think
process?
so.
Well, they did have Cinderella, a live action.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought they
but it was
did.
like it was a super musical though.
Oh shit. Yeah, I wasn't that cool with Maleficent.
What, dude? I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
it's probably my favorite of all the.
They
remakes.
switched up. There were some things at the end I wasn't very happy with. I was like, really?
Yeah, I didn't like the guy who played the king, the guy who like cuts off her wings and.
Yeah, and then
that
like,
dude.
well, it was just weird to me that she was like, if you look where she grew up in, she's the only one that looks like her. While everyone else looks the fucking same.
That's an old ass
That's
show.
true.
That's
That's
an old
true.
ass fucking movie.
She's a giant fucking
Them
fairy.
questions.
Okay, you want to get to the go ahead. Set it up.
All right, for the Ask B Then BTI
This might be a good one.
portion. What is a better goal, becoming Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty or Granddad from the Boondocks? Granddad,
His name's
Freeman.
Granddad. Oh yeah.
It's Bitches Freeman. Thank you very much, Mr. Bitches.
I have my opinion. I'm going to wait till it circles around.
Okay.
Robert
Yeah.
Freeman, that was his name.
Yeah, Robert
Freeman.
Robert
oh, yeah,
Bitches
it was
Freeman.
Robert. Definitely Rick Sanchez. I'm practically already almost there anyway. So.
Damn.
This guy.
Where did this? That's funny.
That was good.
That was great.
So good.
That's good though, bitch. All right.
Wait, where did this question like stem from? Like, what's
It's on
your?
Facebook. I
Yeah,
saw
dude,
it.
I was just thinking
I was like,
about
throw
that.
that shit on the cast.
Yeah. What you got?
Rick Sanchez. If you think about it, Granddad hasn't won shit. He's always catching L's, except Stinkmeaner. Exactly. But Stinkmeaner keeps coming back.
Colonel H. Stinkmeaner, get it right.
Yeah. So essentially, I mean,
They pimped his ride. I mean, that was a win.
but it got
No, but-
repoed.
Yeah, it got repoed.
Oh, that's true.
And then he got stuck with a bill when he brought it back.
Yeah, exactly. He had that hot chick that was on a date, and she ended up being a crazy bitch.
Yes, Crazy Wolf Bitch.
Crazy
the wolf
wolf
bitch.
bitch,
And then
yeah.
he had the hoe, where pimp named Slipback took her back.
Yeah, great. Everything that seems to be a win for Granddad turns out to be a failure, and it's like documented. Even Riley would like to be like, "Oh yeah, just the time you brought that bitch, you get cheddar biscuits," and, et cetera. And it just like all blows up in his face.
Did you buy her dinner? Then she's a hoe.
Rick, at least he goes into some crazy shit, but we know that Rick is going to win at the end. I mean, Morty catches the L's a lot of the times, but
And he gets cock blocked
yeah,
hard.
But Rick sort of is the captain of that ship.
Well, I was gonna say with Rick also, like, this dude fucked the whole goddamn planet. Like when with Unity.
Yeah, so I was trying to remember.
When
he was having an orgy.
Yeah, this fool had an orgy with the whole entire like population and shit. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
But
He was swishing it up.
yeah, I'd say Rick too because with Grandpa or Granddad, he's taking care of somebody else's kids. Rick is like, fuck this. Like he left his
and
own
he's not
fucking
even
family.
happy about it. He's like, how'd I end up in this bullshit situation? Nah, I got you, motherfuckers.
Badass kids.
But
Yeah,
he takes
don't
them
talk
with
to
him,
nobody.
though. Yeah, but he takes them with him though. He literally pulls them out of bed
Who's got no
or pulls them
choice?
in the garage. No, he pulls them in
For Granddad-
because he
for
uses
Rick?
them because he either needs new hands or he needs something to transport or he needs them as a guinea pig.
Yeah, that's true.
Cronus, what you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Rick.
Seems like Rick has got the consensus. When you said that L stuff about Granddad always taking them L's, that kind of hit home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. I was like, oh shit,
I was
that's
thinking,
totally true.
He had that one fine chick, but she was a hoe.
Yeah.
Well, he also had that one chick that was like down with like martial arts and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wolf
Big
bitch.
wolf bitch, yeah.
What did the wolf bitch? Okay.
Yeah, like the best though.
Everything.
Like the show.
I'm gonna have to go read back and watch.
Dude, it's a great shit.
So good.
Every other episode, he was catching L's. He was trying to rat out the guy that was the 50 Cent guy of the
Gangstalicious?
Delicious. Yeah, exactly. He's
Oh, yeah,
trying to
'cause
rat
they were
them out.
neighbors.
Yeah, for the news
Yeah.
seg. Uncle Ruckus
stuff 'em.
seems to get the best of him, and if Uncle Ruckus is catching wins over you, then you're in a
Yeah.
bad spot.
So
Even
true.
fucking MLK got over him too.
Oh,
And Rosa Parks is like he
He opened that restaurant with the itis and everything. It was
Yeah,
still a
I just
fail.
dope.
Yeah.
No, he sold it to Onceler. But yeah, truth be told, Boondocks is how I got my podcast name.
Yeah, you old ninja. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I just thought up this one. What's a more useless skill? Knowledge of Roman numerals,
Oh, shit.
being able to read a road atlas, balancing and writing checks or a checkbook, or long division.
Long division.
I'm gonna say Roman numerals.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Roman numerals.
Even though you almost fucked it up earlier today.
Because even if I fucked it up, it's like,
yeah, I'm gonna definitely say Roman numerals.
Well, but what about Super Bowls and shit like that?
Yeah, I was gonna say like what
Don't
about
say it out loud.
Look at you ignorant motherfucker.
I was gonna say how do you know what set you're in? Because you got the XIVs of
No, goddamn.
birthdays and shit.
Oh, you're about to you claiming?
Yeah.
You trying to get jumped in?
We do not endorse the Norteños or anybody else.
Sureños,
Hey, I grew up in East Palo Alto, went to school in Redwood City, man. I know these folks. I know these folks. But there's also like you gotta know like what copywriting thing the movie is when it comes to the end. They have that there.
I can Google that shit.
But I would say the most pointless one is probably long division because
On division.
what the fuck are you gonna be dividing that's that long?
No. I would go with checks. Checks are damn near dead. I mean, I can just log in my app and be like, how much money do I got?
Well, you said bouncing checkbook.
Well,
Yeah.
well, in terms of like writing check, like, all right, I put there and I
Okay.
need to minus and whatever, and I to put in, and
There's
so
an
I
app for
just
that.
categorize.
You can still get fucked though, but there's an app for that. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's good to balance your checks so you know not how much money you're spending, but like make
much you
sure
got
that
left.
the money that you think is in there is
I
actually
mean
in
by
there.
like the
Nobody fucking
physical.
stole your
Yeah,
shit.
well, yeah. What I meant, and I should have, I thought it saw up on the fly, but like the actual physical, like old school paper copy
Actually-
checkbook. Obviously, I consider that managing your money.
Yeah.
Managing your money is a valuable thing, but be like, all right, I'm gonna write you this check. Let me pull this out. Minus $15
damn.
for
Yeah.
at Safeway.
Yeah.
Someone pulled that shit out. I was about to rage the fuck out.
Hell yeah.
And then they do that thing where they gotta, I guess, scan the check and call it in. I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the? How old are you?
I remember how to do that shit.
Hold on,
Damn.
did you have one?
I actually have one.
Yeah, I said Roman numerals. That's
Okay.
kind of useless.
So I have a Ask Bees and BTI question for you guys.
All right.
So a couple of weeks ago, we had that one dank question that we couldn't fucking answer. Where
Oh, from Sierra. Yeah.
Oh damn.
what if your girl and your mom switch bodies? Okay, so here's a scenario. So
shit.
say your girl. So say like somebody's dying, and the cure for them is to have sex with your girl. would you let them have sex with your girl so they can live, or would you let them motherfucker die?
Depends on who it is.
Depends on who it was.
Yeah.
Just a person.
No, just a random stranger. No,
Random.
No.
I'll bring flowers.
I give no. I give no fucks about random.
Last time all the listeners found out I'd fuck a pig, so I'm not answering that. Y'all can talk to my lawyer.
If I'd be like circle of life.
Damn.
Yeah.
If they can't be figuring out the magical pussy, I'm just saying.
Damn.
Take your in for testing and shit.
Wait, is it a speedrunner or not? All right.
We got one more.
God
but-
damn.
No, but well, Blue was gonna say something.
No, go ahead.
So, who would you spend a day with? And you only get one from
Anita.
this list. Silence. Claire Temple, Karen Page, Misty Knight, Jessica Jones, Colleen Wigg, or Electra Nachos.
Ooh, shit.
I'm going.
You only get one. And
I'm
you get all
going
day.
Misty, one arm, tig old bitty, Knight.
I like Karen Page because I seen her fuck and she fucks good.
Damn.
Is that Supergirl? Oh, no.
No, that's the lawyer, and she was Baby Vamp.
Who you got?
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna say Colleen Wigg. I hang out with Colleen Wigg.
You call her wig when it's wing.
Oh, Colleen Wing. Sorry.
Your list
I did.
is
Disrespect.
Black list.
showing.
Yeah. Well, she can correct me all night long.
I've been behind her this whole fucking time, Jessica Jones. I would do some crazy shit with her.
Really? You know, in Breaking Bad, she gets fucked the fuck open.
Well, I'm gonna need to watch me some
I
Breaking
love how
Bad.
in Defenders they were like, I've been in this position before.
Yeah.
I lost it laughing. I was like, it's so good.
Carlos, what you got?
Even though they're all pretty fucking hot, I gotta go with Claire. Goddammit.
I knew it.
I
She's
knew
Rosario
it.
Dawson, and
That's not even a question. We know.
she does ass to mouth. I'm just
Damn. She said
too much.
She said no
if
because
you're
she said
special
it.
enough.
No, she says in the heat of the moment, it is permissible to go ass to.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I should have done more research on
And
this.
she's my secret bae anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Canadian girlfriend.
even though Colleen Wing is fine as fuck too.
And Missy Knight is bad as fuck. But
Electra's hot,
I'm
too.
gonna say Colleen.
So is Baby Vamp.
Yeah, that's a hot
They're
list.
all hot. So.
But if Anita was on that list, game over.
yeah.
Especially after watching the video
okay.
we watched.
I just,
Are you switching it up on me?
not if you could be granted immortality by watching someone fuck your girl, would you?
Oh. Damn. Holy shit.
I just popped in the top.
Damn.
Does immortality mean
You don't.
that-
You're a vampire, but you don't fucking.
But
You don't age.
Wait, hold on, motherfucker. Does immortality mean Deadpool level healing factor as well?
You're in a state of whatever you are right now of
So you can't die. So
what entropy or
So you got that receding hairline for the rest of your fucking.
where you're at right now.
That's fine, but what I'm trying to say though is if someone decapitates me, I still can't die or not.
You can't die.
Okay.
you're God.
You re-heal, but you animate to where you were at right now. You're stuck at this age forever.
I don't
The
want
way
to
you
answer this
look.
bullshit. Go ahead.
It's funny you said that because actually, in Naruto there's an immortal guy.
Okay.
And he gets fucked. Like,
yeah?
real fucking bad. Oh yeah, like he's immortal, like he literally can't die, and he has probably the worst life like right now. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like you know what I'm talking about?
I haven't gotten there yet, but
Oh, it's like the original Naruto.
Okay, yeah. I
The
didn't
guy
talk
who's
about.
Lord Joshin or whatever.
Yeah. So for me, fuck. If it was like an ex, like if this question was asked, like
Now, bro. Now. New wifey.
Did she get immortality too?
yeah, did she get it?
Nah, just you fucking.
Damn.
You get a good, honest monkey paw.
There's
Honest
no such
monkey.
thing as a dead monkey paw.
Yeah, man. Fuck. I'm gonna say yeah, because I want to see what the future looks like.
God.
Damn.
Without her, apparently. I mean, because no matter what, she's gonna fucking die.
It's too late. She signed the paperwork, right? All right. You're good.
New marriage. All right. And if anybody else is gonna answer,
I'm gonna say no because I think immortality would fucking suck.
eventually
I mean, eventually, no matter what, you're gonna fucking die.
the planet is gonna not be
Yeah.
here eventually, or not the same looking.
Yeah, either we're gonna get sucked up by the fucking sun, or fucking heat, or what's it called? Not heat decay. There's a thing where basically the universe is gonna fucking die anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
So it's gonna get you in the end.
But if it comes back, I'll still be.
No,
around.
yes, you are
To be
abstaining.
determined.
He doesn't want to be on the couch.
I'm gonna say no as well because immortality. It sounds great.
He's already immortal, y'all.
Yeah, well, I mean, but still,
But he's the immortal
you don't
Iron
understand
Fist.
how it'll suck.
God damn.
So in time.
All right, real quick. There are some highly anticipated new shows for the fucking fall. We're not gonna list every goddamn one of them. What are you looking forward to? That's a brand new show coming out this fall.
Brand new?
Yeah, brand new fucking show.
Yeah, we have
brand
a
new
quick
show.
list here. So
I'm gonna go.
yeah.
Yeah, it's on the actual thing. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go first. The show I'm kind of looking forward to, which I actually thought was gonna be a dumb fucking show. So I saw like a little snippet of the show. Is The Mayor?
Okay.
So basically, what
yeah.
it is, it's about this local rapper who somehow runs for mayor. I think maybe it was a joke. They put his name on a ballot, but he ends up winning. So it's starring him and the chick from Glee. It's like his.
Leah Michelle.
Yeah, Leah Michelle.
Who's the main actor? Is he someone we know?
I don't know. Who
He's-
he
He
is.
looks like a no name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a real rapper or?
I don't know, but like from the scenes I seen it. He had a good rapping style, but it looks like it's gonna be funny. It looks like it's gonna be really funny. A bunch of black guys like having a good time. So we'll see.
All right, old ninja, who you got?
I gotta say Star Trek Discovery.
Okay.
Even though the fucking CBS All Access bullshit, I'm seeing it one way or another. I'm also looking forward to Black Lightning. I want to see how.
I said one, goddammit.
Well, I'm gonna put out Black Lightning as well, but Star Trek Discovery tops the list.
All right, who you got, Kronos?
Black Lightning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow, I'm
I wasn't
surprised.
interested at all, but then I saw the preview of it and it looked pretty good. It looked
right.
way better than I thought it was
It
gonna.
won you over.
Yeah.
Stitch, who you got?
Fuck. Gifted looked interesting, but and that Confederate thing isn't coming out fall, right?
Oh, that's not
fall.
that's
Not
not fall. That's barely in development.
So I guess Confederate. I'm sorry. I guess Gifted.
Which
Cloak
is
and
an
Dagger.
X-Men show.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger. It's between Gifted and Cloak and Dagger. Because I'm familiar with the Cloak and Dagger story, and that was pretty interesting.
Okay.
So
I'm going to go strong Star Trek Discovery for me.
Not Inhumans.
God damn, no. Hell the fuck no. All right, you want to round it?
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Shout out real quick. There's a guy we met at San Francisco Comic Con at the panel, and his name is Salam. So I actually.
Asa?
What's up?
Is his first name Asa?
Asa Salam.
He's making a joke.
Malika?
God.
Damn.
Why you guys?
Sorry,
Now
man.
he's mad.
I had to do it.
He's somebody that has a couple of projects coming up, and he wanted to get our input on the project. So I'm looking forward to interacting with him. So I'm gonna probably send him an email on Sunday if he doesn't send an email to us first to see what's going on and see how we can help. So yeah,
Nice.
thought it was pretty cool.
Networking.
Yeah, networking. He's a big ass dude too. I was like, if I didn't know how to defend myself, I'd have been intimidated. But he was a really nice
guy.
fucking guy. Yeah, really nice guy.
All right. Curtis, what you got? You start us off.
What am I doing this week? Oh, so I took off like past couple days to hang out with my daughter. So that's been pretty cool. Just me and her hanging out doing stuff.
Your little one, right?
Yeah, my youngest daughter, Riley.
Positive black parenting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there for her.
Why you looking at me all suspect?
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna start calling you Papa Joe.
Yeah.
Where
You
my
should
cigarettes?
send your father-daughter videos to Tommy Loren.
I'm not gonna let her.
Dude, what if your daughter becomes a
raise my
speedster?
wolves. That'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
Then I show her the criminal life. Be like, yeah, Daddy needs money. I'm tired of working.
Yeah. Get this scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, I'm working on a vlog that I recorded a while ago, but it's hard to put these things together.
Yeah.
Like when you have a shitload of clips, it's hard to like figure out continuity and B-rolls and shit like that. So I'm just trying to get into it.
You have to
You're
learn
better than Scott Buck from the Inhumans at it, though. I tell
Oh
you what.
yeah, no shit.
One thing I learned is that you kind of have to write it out. Like you
Yeah.
have to like basically make your own little script of how you want the things to be.
Well, it was in my head, but I just have to work on like better B-roll. So that's basically where it's at right now. Is I need some B-roll to fit into the rest of the video. So, but the rest of the content is decent. So, other than that, I don't think I have much going on next week. Right? No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually slowing down after a really busy last couple of weeks. Stitch, what you got?
It's football season, so been
Starts
watching.
tomorrow.
Well, college football,
Ah.
real football.
Oh,
That
shit.
started a lot.
That's no defense football. Is what that is. Shitty ass football.
So I enjoyed it. Week one of that. NFL starts this week, which is interesting, and all the fantasy leagues and blah blah blah. Besides that, does it come out this weekend?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yes, I'll be watching that. You watching it, pussy boy?
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You can roll with us.
If you watching it, I want to watch it with you. So let me know.
Man, but shit, that gave me
What do you
fucking night terrors for like.
I heard it's really fucking scary too.
Yeah, I heard the new one is fucked up.
There's something I want to say. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
There was a show that came out on Netflix called Disjointed. Watch that show.
Okay, yeah, I heard it was good.
If you do cannabis, definitely smoke up and watch that show. It is fucking hilarious.
With Kathy Bates, right?
Kathy Bates.
Lilo started watching part of it, and I was like, oh shit, this is what Cronus was talking about. It was really good.
It's hella funny. Like, one of the greatest things about the show is that there's this guy in there who was in the military, and he has PTSD, but in the beginning you don't know that, right? So he's got PTSD, and every episode he'll space out, and his space out will be like some crazy fucking animated bullshit. And every single time he spaces out, it's a different type of animation. And they all have like, well, not all, but most of them have like some serious like deep-seated fucking message in it.
Okay.
And so it's like him in the war and stuff like that. And the last one they do is fucking crazy. Like, it's really fucking good.
So 10 episodes or something.
It's you can binge watch 30-minute episodes, 10 episodes. So
Don't they do like mock commercials in the show for the shop or something like that?
And those are fucking hilarious too. Like, there's one literally where there's two guys on a couch and they're sitting there eating some potato chips, and they're just sitting there watching TV eating potato chips, and it's Lay's potato chips. And at the end, they don't say a fucking word, and it says brought to you by Lay's.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And besides that, I was watching season 3 of Narcos, which is a really, really amazing show. It's on season 3, so if you haven't started watching it, it's really good. I highly, highly recommend it. And I'll probably give my thoughts on it next week. And everything, and I think that's really all that I have going on.
Old Ninja.
So be on the lookout for a new segment from us called A Gentleman's Agreement.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn it, we finally talked you into that shit?
Yeah, well...
Fucking stubbornness, motherfucker. You're not a Taurus?
What?
You're a Taurus?
Yeah, I am.
Figures.
Jackass. Anyway, but look for it in the next week or so.
What is the gentleman's agreement about?
So, the gentleman's agreement is about members of the cast visiting gentlemen's club around the Bay Area.
Good fucking luck.
Yeah.
Perfect disappointment.
Yeah, so we give our review. We have one review up. Look for a subsequent review. Well, one review in the process. It should be up hopefully by next week. Be on the lookout for that. I started watching. Trying to finish Death Note, like I said it would. So I'm on episode like 5. No, the series.
the anime.
Yeah, the anime. So I'm on, like I said,
whoa.
I never finished it.
Oh, shit.
So I'm on episode like 4 or 5 right now.
Dude, that's like in the beginning.
Yeah, I know. I said I never finished it. Also, I'm seeing it Saturday night. We already have plans. We're watching it, I think, in the Dolby Theater.
Hit me up.
There's a few. Yeah, we're seeing it for early evening.
I'm gonna cuff you to make sure you don't try to go to the bathroom and vanish.
We'll talk offline on that.
Like at the beer fest.
Oh, shit. So I actually have a recommendation for the week. There's this movie on Netflix called Whatever Happened to Monday.
Oh, that sounds like it's good.
Yeah, so it stars Numi Rapace. So it's basically about the world in the future. We can't maintain enough food for everyone.
It's like Black Orphan.
Is it? I don't know.
Orphan Black.
Orphan Black. No idea. But apparently there's not enough food for everyone, so they outlaw siblings. So every family can only have one child.
Like China.
Yeah, and the movie centers around 7 siblings, and them trying to keep up a persona of one person.
Okay.
So it's an interesting. It's like an action sci-fi type, post-apocalyptic type shit, or dystopian actually.
Monday Goes Missing, right?
Yeah, basically Monday goes missing.
Monday's a person, I guess?
Yes, each of the sisters were named after a day of the week,
And that's
and
when
then Monday goes missing.
That's when they get to go out in public. The other ones have to stay inside the house.
Yeah, so each sister goes out on their day.
All right.
So it's on Netflix. It's Netflix exclusive. Check it out.
Blue.
So I decided to start my own photography business.
Nice.
So this weekend I'm gonna be, or the next few days I'm gonna be working on building up my website. I'm gonna be doing a lot of editing some of the pictures I've taken over like at the cons, the expos and stuff like that, to use on my site. Hopefully next week I might have a quick announcement, but just holding back on to hearing back regarding that. The Sweetness and I are going to try to go see it this weekend too, because it looks scary as fuck, and I'm down with scary movies. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. So looking forward to actually becoming a full-time professional photographer.
Good shit. I am really looking forward to The Strain doing their series finale on Sunday. I can't fucking wait.
Oh, it's already over?
On Sunday, it's going to be over. So it's been going on for 4 years. Guillermo del Toro's show. It's one of the best vampire ones I've seen. So definitely watching that. I might do some live motherfucking tweeting and gotta twitch out some goddamn Destiny 2. Hopefully we can squad up.
Oh yeah, also I'm gonna start vlogging too as well.
Nice. Destiny 2 this weekend for me.
On my journey to becoming a photographer.
Oh, well, damn. Check us out on Twitter at BThenBTI. You can check us out on Facebook where we have some exclusive content on there. Facebook.com/BThenBTI. Check out our website, benhadproductions.com/BThenBTI. Check out our Instagram. We have a ton of cosplay photos from the San Francisco Comic-Con. Check those out up there. Just look for Black and the Black Times Infinity or BThenBTI on Instagram. On Apple Podcasts, check us out on there. Give us 5 stars or we'll find you.
Vote us.
Mass Effect sucks.
Fucking hate you.
Almost as much as Star Wars.
Oh!
Catching them L's again, bro.
Yeah, somebody gonna die next week.
L's like McGregor.
Is it really an L when you made like $50 million? I mean, $30 million? It's not an L. I'll take that L any day. I'm just saying.